Hello everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. Let's go to Let's Chat real quick. So I figured we'd do some bonus Phantasy Star Online since it is the Easter event. I know some people have been asking. So tonight is your night. So we'll get started momentarily. I just saw that there was a surprise patch. I didn't see anything in the announcements, but it made me download again. So we'll be starting up in just a moment. But hopefully everybody's doing well. I got some things to share once PSO is ready. One thing that I'm not liking that chat doesn't see on screen, there is a very annoying Discord pop-up that did not occur before. I would love to know how to turn that off. That is going to annoy me every time I boot up the game. But anyway, what I actually was going to talk about before I saw that and got distracted was that they added the slot number that you're in, so you don't need to like exit out or go into the lobby and switch the bank. That's kind of nice. I mean, I miss menu all the time. So it's like, anything to fix that, I will gladly take that. Slot management soon? I hope so. Oh boy. What character is it on? I don't recall. Is it this character? We'll find out. Well, chat, before we're gonna let some people trickle in over the next minute or so, since we're kind of early. But I think from the standpoint of gameplay today, I want to try a specific item. I'm not sure if I put it away or not. We'll find out together. It's a magical journey that we're about to proceed on. The question is, did I put away one of the new items into the share bank? For those that are curious, we're listening to the Yakuza 7 soundtrack. Thank you, Yakuza 7. I have been listening to extended versions of the songs. I will spare the chat those loops. It is in my share bank. So anyway, chat, I have a Psycho Wand. Just PS, by the way, this casual Psycho Wand is now in the inventory. The other thing is that I have a lot of lame to Argents. The 50 dark one is kind of nice, chat. I think we could all agree. Like, that's kind of nice. Just like, listen, some late game content is about to get destroyed at some point this year. But we gotta slowly unlock it, sadly. So we're gonna be predominantly playing Force today. Unless other people want to do other things. In which case, you know, we'll negotiate as we go through. But I would like to actually do some gameplay. I was originally gonna do a Baran's launcher run, since I have more than enough weapon spheres at this point to enjoy that weapon. But I think it is time to switch over to a more serious character. I was just making sure I did not accidentally leave it on this character before we began. See that, and I could have changed the slots. The problem is I can't math quick, so it's faster for me to type C bank than it is to figure out what slot number corresponds to that bank. I'm just like 16 to 20. I'm like, brain processing. I'm like, oh, okay, that's 4. And then I get like 21, and I'm like, which one's 21 in? Like, no. Brain no think no good. So I'm thinking about what quests we could potentially run. I'm thinking from the standpoint of the stream itself. We're gonna do a very wide range of quests just so that we could get a lot of, I would say, Easter experience in. The last thing I'm going to check is just to make sure that the RBR is the same as it was mentioned in the Discord. So thank you again, chat, for mentioning it. So I potentially want to play Sweep Up Operation 3 if it's here. Okay. We're going to hold a little bit on that one, but I just wanted to confirm. Okay. Actually, you know what? Right idea, Long Phone Rule. I'm going to switch in. Why don't we play some... We'll start off with one of my favorites. We're gonna do the random Exerd, which has a very high number of enemies, especially if we get the bonus room over the boss. Oh boy, if we get the bonus room over the boss, am I gonna be excited. It's like you get to play roulette in your own quest while you're already spinning the roulette to get items. More roulettes, chat. We want more roulettes. I'm not sure, Dango. Did you want to hop in, Dango? Or am I gonna be doing a solo experience here? I don't mind soloing this quest, I just need to know before I make the game. Yeah, we got everything set up. All we gotta do is take the other item. Yeah, this character's so ready. I mean, I even have these other versions here. Evil Sir says, Retracta and I are hopping on here shortly. Sure thing. Then I'm going to go ahead and boot up a game in multiplayer. In the meantime, while we wait for them. Oh, you can't tonight? Sorry to hear, Dango. Well, we'll be doing more tomorrow. But check the Discord, because we have a lot of randomly scheduled ones. We'll get you, Dango. Dango, I will accidentally drop one of those lame to Argent if I have to. Be like, oh no, look what Dango found. It was totally there the whole time. So anyway, it is rare percent up, so Wild Teamwear action will commence tomorrow. Yeah, probably sounds good. Let me go get that Psycho Wand out of here. So this was kind of in conjunction with the trades. We're gonna give special shout outs to Help Leave for helping me acquire this item. I've been putting it off for a very long time. And at this point, I'm gonna give chat an idea. I am ready to play with the endgame stuff. I have a lot of mags. if it isn't apparent, chat, I'm gearing up to play some UCasts. So in part of that journey, so all those V101s, so beautiful. But as part of that journey, we also have an extra red ring since we last played, and I believe, yeah, so we have 5 photon spheres. So between the photon drops, which also, by the way, I can't carry anymore. We call that rich people problems. But all those photon spheres I was going to do into the Baran's launcher. So I think later this Easter, I will try to recall desperately what character I played to put attributes onto weapons, because it has been a solid year since we last touched that. And yeah, we'll be nuking people with Baran's launcher. So I'll probably play some Rock Casil at some point during the Easter event. Trying to see if I need anything else. I don't think so. So we'll wait for a third person to join, because I believe Evil Stever mentioned Retract is approaching at some point. So there's a whole bunch of quests you could do for Easter. I'm gonna just start with whoa, we got all sorts of people. Hello. Why, hello everybody. So we have a whole bunch of quests we could do. I figure we'll do this one a couple times. We'll give each one maybe 2 or 3 passes before we switch quests. My goal is to play ones that just have really high enemy counts as we go through, and eventually we'll do Sweep Up Operation 3. So we'll kind of cycle through. So I'm gonna do this quest, probably both Endless, and then probably wrap it up with Sweep Up. Or I could substitute out Terrells, depending on what people have gear-wise. Welcome, Calvision. Hope you're doing well. I think that should be a nice variety of quests. And of course, as always, we will be doing Red ID TTF with the Faux New World that I was earlier. Ooh, I look forward to playing the Faux New World into TTF, where I don't need to bother doing that much damage. It'll be nice. I'll be able to participate in falls, and I'll feel special. Because I'm not going to be doing anything the rest of the fight. So anyway, the reason I like to do Orange ID here is that I like to call it the I don't care which route we go choice. The only thing that I do not want to see is falls, ironically. We can either end up going up at the split path, and if we get that bonus room is absolutely insane for Orange ID. It is like a jackpot of V101s, profit of Motabs, heart of items. Like there's a lot if we go the Ruins route. And of course, if we go classic mines, people are probably very aware of all the also additional things that we could get in Orange ID, including but not limited to the S parts and all your shiny upgrades. So pretty solid options no matter which way we go. I would prefer Ruins extra area, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I figured we'd warm up a little bit with this quest. Try a little Psycho Wanding. Because I don't really need to do Gafoi in this quest. I'm honestly mostly just going to be Psycho Wanding. Although sadly I don't have a Ruffo emerge on me. That's fine. Ooh, I think it's... Ooh, is it Rev 1 or Stage? I think it's Stage. I think clicking out will make it activate. I am now trying to remember since I have not played this quest in a while. Give me a second. think it is random attack. I forgot that they have 2 at episode 1. Well, I guess I could always just make it. It'll be a fun little surprise for all of us. It's warning me about red players. This is probably the correct one. It's the text I never read, but I'll acknowledge it's there. Yeah, if we end up in caves... Yeah, this looks right. Oh, that's how she holds second one? Interesting. Anyway, the goal here is to just kind of shut down the old enemies. Don't let them do anything. Rest in peace, retract. Well, nobody is using a hunter sword, so I can feel free to heal myself. Yeah, when I play solo, I'm like, all I do is ice this encounter. Like, everything in caves will get frozen. Although I think for this wave, specifically, I rough OE, funny enough. I could Rebarta it, I guess. You're doing this would stun lock them in single player. Multiplayer, it's a little less effective, sadly. I gotta get a little closer. Yeah, so the beginning of the quest is not super exciting. It's more if we could get the bonus rooms. The sheer number of enemies in each bonus room is wild. Like, we're talking like 150, 200 plus enemies in like one small room. They're just constant waves of like 20 plus enemies. Well, we got the ruins route. As the peaceful music plays from Yakuza 7, yes. Just a little jaunty stroll over here. Love this room. Look at this. Rifoi time. See, we can even get Musashis from these. It would be funny if we did get high hit percent Musashi. Maybe one day. I don't even care if this doesn't boost my single targets. I like the casting speed of it. I could freeze the pan arms. I think we get something nice. There we go. Photon filter is also from the pan arms. So like even just like the normal enemies, we mostly ignore actually give somewhat useful items here. Oh, they split. What a shame. Rip the photon filter chance. Gonna say the dungeon music kicks in. Okay, that's a bit more thematic. So unfortunately here I'm a little useless because I did forget to bring my demon mech gun, so apologies here. Team's gonna have to hard carry me. Oh, maybe one day I'll get a heavenly battle from those drops. Despite playing this quest very often, I don't think I've ever gotten a heavenly battle on stream. Maybe I got one total since I've run this quest. It's kind of wild because they're not even that rare. Yeah, ideally here, especially in single player, I'll typically bring demon mechs. So next time I go back, I'll just go pick them up. Yeah, see that Heart of Partisan of Lightning? There's just little fun drops here and there. Make sure not to mess with the Darkbringers. Those are the ones that scare me. Come on, Guardianas. You could do it. Oh. I was a little off in my positioning, but that's okay. Team has me. Team saved me with the power of friendship. Come on, give us Propulsive Moped. Just give us an Uber Rare. It's fine. The worst that can happen, right, chat? Have a little profit. It's fine. Go more to the side of this room. Why did I get... Oh, somebody was near me. I was like, why did I get hit? Come on, Heart of Partisan of Lightning. It's not even, like, terrible odds, honestly. If we were to play this full event, we'd probably get at least one. Team on point with the freeze traps. I don't even have to say anything. Team just knows. They're like, hold on, the problem has spawned. See, that's a good feeling. Yeah, when we come up to the long falls room, I tend to go like slightly to the right. I might try going slightly to the left, entering it down. Got the trap shoot down. Yeah, it's definitely on point. Gotta give credit where credit is due. Also, I like that you could also get Kasami bracers here. There's like random value here. Like everything is technically like good for somebody. Just whether or not it's good for Rangers is the question. Yeah, maybe I'll go slightly left this time instead of slightly right. I don't know. I haven't figured out the best way to do this room that we're coming up to. So I'll go slightly left. Because it's like, I want to keep the Darkbringer somewhat close. There we go. Okay, so our dream is after we kill this... Oh, Ephinea, nice. Oh, I can't pick it up. Not as nice. Access denied. Absolutely denied. Let's see if I could get rid of an item. That works. Okay, I took that for the team. Leave me alone, Darkbringer. Okay, our dream is if that door opens up on that side. Oh, dream denied. Oh, access denied. Yeah, we got falls. That's unfortunate. I mean, we might as well kill falls. Let's be real. We're here. We might as well do it. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a coin flip whether it gives you... Well, presumably it's an even chance of getting both, but that door could have been something nice. Oh, well, I guess I'll just go Bully Falls with Cycle Wand or whatever, because who cares? Do I even have a normal booster? Really? I do have Fire Scepter for later. I was looking to see if I had yeah, I guess DF Shield isn't too bad here. I was looking to see if I had what's it called? I actually don't remember the name of the wand. I don't use it very often. If we saw the common text by 30, I was looking to see if I had that one. It's not quite as good as just having like a Club of Laconium, but it is convenient. And when I'm looking to not have 20 million clubs, it's nice to have. Something that would do enough to one shot. That was the hope and dream denied. You know what? I'm surprised how little times I get hit by that spinner as this character. Is that the magic of her using Cycle Wand? Like, I don't think I got double hit more than once, despite me, like, hard casting, like, every single time. Just gonna tell them no real quick, don't mind me. Ooh, I think I might have made a mistake, because I wasn't expecting falls. Do I have Glide Divine? No I don't. Damn. That's fortunate. Oh well. Take the time loss later. I was gonna do a different strat if I had it. I mean, I still might go for it. You know what? I'll take the boss not hitting me there. I'm like, there's 3 players clumped together and not one of us got hit by laser? Okay. Right, chat? Just, okay. I'll take that. Listen. Definitely planned. Calculated, even. There we go. Goodbye, falls. It would be funny if we did get DF Shield. Now the chat said it. I mean, like, it is at least used for things now. So I do think, like, these oddball quests are surprisingly decent now. Like, prior to, like, the Heart of items, or even, like, the general crafting that have been introduced over the past few years, I don't think I would have run this quest on Orange ID, but now I'm like, okay. Oh, that is an actual tragedy. 40 hit Vulcan, no special. What a shame. It was so close. It just needed that little extra. Brutal. It even had like dark percentage. Not that that super matters on a weapon with low ATP, but it would have been nice. It would have been like the flex. You're like, oh, I got 50 hit charge Vulcan. No, I got it with 45 dark. Deal with that. Alright, let's go get something so I can actually assist on one of the other portions. Let's go ahead and grab yield mech guns. Oh, I don't have enough accuracy. Bringer should still work. It's better than nothing. What I'm gonna do, put these two things away and see if I have the other staff that I was talking about earlier. I don't need Ice Staff right now or Storm Wand. There's a Glide Divine. Just in case we get followed again, I would rather have the Glide Divine. Also, funny enough, I was gonna say, I actually had to double check to see if she had special attack assigned. It's been so long since it's been relevant. Yeah, sadly, because we also didn't get a bonus area, we're not gonna get bonus materials. We'll do that quest a couple times and we'll move on to the next one. Low random HP material. I like that I don't remember the quest name, but the giant wall of text that I couldn't tell you a single word in. I'm like, oh yeah, that's familiar. That's a sign of comfort. I still haven't read what that does more than I think once. I'll see like a word and then I'll go, oh right, this is the right quest. So yeah, I should probably. So the sad part is that in multiplayer, I can't stunlock as well, because normally I would just be spamming like lightning here and stunlocking this whole room. But I could still throw down some Refoes and speed it up a little bit. And not needing to weapon swap here is kind of nice, because I'm just using a combination of Rabardas and stuff like that. So again, the only bad route we can... Well, I guess even Phelps isn't even that bad. I guess the only bad route is Full Up. So there's nothing we really want to fight with Full Up. Let me get closer in Rabardo. Oh, she's wearing another Heavenly Body. Oh, I could have made that an adept. That would explain some things. I was like, my accuracy seemed kind of low. Don't I dual wield adepts? I'm like, no. Oh, apparently ruins again. Listen, I'm not gonna say no to Prophets of Motab, Heart ofs. All good. This room is so fun in single player, where everything is refoeable. Like, yes, your time has arrived, Refoe. It is time to conquer episode 1. Yeah, I think my other elemental staff is probably on my other Fodu roll, because I didn't make many of them. I think it's called Summit Moon. It's like my brain was like really processing what that name was. Yeah, Heart of type. Yeah, see, there was a Heart of type SS in there. So you get 2 Heart ofs in the same run. PSO potentially could give you something nice, or for people just looking for little bonuses, it's not too bad. Like, this is the kind of hunt you do when you're done with the character. I don't recommend doing this like if you're starting out, but I'm at the point where I'm like, yeah, I got enough to do the runs. I don't really care about anything else. Hello, Photon Drop. See, look at that. I contributed. Demon Mech Gun is so sick, and I could technically still do it in multiplayer if I equip another add-up, but like Bringer's Rifle as is super good against these enemies. And at least now I could do something against the Bringer. I think the dream with this character is to eventually be at a point where I'm so rich that I can afford like a 100 dark, like 60 hit, like Vivian, just so this character can ATP and kill everything in multiplayer. Just be like, yeah, I'm good. We saw she drop no hit percentage though. Again, we're just gonna do our best to take shots from the enemies. Who knows what we'll end up getting. Think about that for a second. I was like, wait. Hello, defense material. I was gonna say. I was definitely gonna snatch it. But it's fine. I don't like need it or anything. I'm good. My material collecting days, I think, are over. The most I might need is power material at this point. But I do have like a solid 280 put away. So like, I could probably get most of my Q casts out of the way. I'm just not sure I could do the Q cast and also raw cast and also raw mar. Might be a little excessive. But hey, that's why we're not rushing it. There we go, I actually killed something with the normal attack. I did it. It definitely wasn't the team carrying the room, it was that one shot. What decided the match. Uh-oh, team clumped up. I'm gonna move away from the team. Ouch. Yeah, like in theory, the Falls box drops are good. Have I seen any so far in my experience at PSO? I don't think so. I've seen the episode 4 boss drop multiple times. The boxes are just like out of control, super good and wild. Did I really get tagged as I went to debuff? That is unfortunate. Alright, go landed at demons. See that? I'm contributing. Oops. Stuck in my own menu for a second there. I'm just gonna tell them to chill out a little. It's like, I will gun you down with bringers. Listen, I'm not above that. Look, I think I got the kill there. Oh, we got falls again. Come on. What a tease. What a tease, chat. Fine, whatever. I guess we'll just go kill falls. I guess. Right, chat? Whatever. I didn't want the bonus room that has like 30 V101 chances. Because keep in mind, for clarity, for those not aware, the amount of ridiculous drops in that one room is just insane. You need it from the depths. Oh man, you're probably gonna get it at this rate, with how fast we're getting to falls. Oh, there we go. Did my little loop-de-loop. Trip team. Oh, find somebody. There we go. forget, is this strong enough with just Fire Scepter? Yeah. There we go. Good to play one touch. Is maybe that. So I do like that I can kind of alternate with this character between Bowie and other boosts without actually having the fire merge on. Kind of nice. Damn, that enemy dies fast. Poor falls. Should have enough time to glide divine. Yeah, there we go. Direct falls. Oh, wait, no. There we go. Oh, that's what they're choosing to do? Oh. I was ready to stack a Bowies so that way the team could just camp falls, but I mean, if falls just wants to do that attack, okay. Right, chat? Okay. Who am I to say no at that point? Oh. I lost where my Bowie was for a second. Oh, this character is not set up for falls. I was like, wait a minute. Raw Bowie. That's not Bowie. Yeah, you can tell this character doesn't normally do falls. All that gear is on the other character, including Red Saber. For the off chance that I get sent to mines when I'm doing this kinds of run. Nicely done, team. It is definitely a liberating feeling to not really need to use fluids at all anymore. And that's before getting like TP materials. I think I want to put away. I need 3 seals for this run. I guess I could put that away. Anti-dark ring. Okay. So yeah, I mean, these runs are going so fast. We might as well just do one more and be real with you. It's just like we did not start these runs right away, and like in under half hour we already did 2. We'll see if third time's the charm with the bonus room. Anti-dark ring, so a light ring, pretty much. Gotta get that EDK protection on. Okay, so last kind of attempts for V101s. As I said before, even if we don't get like the bonus room, we're still getting good good items all the way there. So it's like I don't really care where it takes us ultimately, as long as we're killing things. So it's a nice mix of being able to do boss runs and just general rares. Player sucks at playing games, says Dango. Do enjoy items that allow me to brain dead strats. I'm like, listen, the less I have to shop, that's time save. I could take like 10 more seconds in a run, but then I don't have to do a minute shop trip. Okay. Right, Chad, we just go with the... Okay. I was gonna say Colette and Retract getting up there in levels. Let's see. Are we gonna get a different room? Okay, we're gonna say C mines this time. Sound fun with all the lilies, by the way, chat. I hope you have some EDK. That's the only downside to this route. This room is so fun as a force because all you do is Refoe and you hit like the whole room. It's hilarious. Just like, and now I have the perfect weapon for what I'm doing. So fun, chat. See, that is like a non-force. That room scares me. I'm like, I don't want to go this way. It's like a hunter. I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Chief. But no, as a force, I'm like, yeah. More pan arms, more heart of items. Oh, they actually tagged me with Meekid there. How rude. I'm trying my best to freeze the pan arms. There we go. But you can see just like the raw number of enemies here is just kind of crazy. So even if like you don't get super fantastic drops while playing other events, when you play Easter event with this kind of stuff, it's like, Look, chat, 2 photon filters. Oh, I like the confuse trap to give us additional time to hit them. I respect that. Good idea. You say to your friend, time to shoot all the lilies. Yeah, pretty much. It's totally fine when you have like dress plate, but man, if you come in there, it's like, oh, no dress plate, it's profound sadness. Just, it's over. GG. Time to get bodied by like a million lilies shooting full screen. Ooh, lots of photo drops. Reapply some buffs. Like, here's an example where, like, I just feel like the Force has so much fun with this quest. Where it's like, there's all these different varied enemy types, but then, like, just like Refoe or, like, a lightning spell will just solve problems in single player. You're like, oh, what freedom to not care. It's just like, okay, this is fair. Although the worst, I will say the actual worst, and I do not recommend this. If you go this way and you play Purple ID, I believe if the enemies over there die, you cannot get their items, to my knowledge. So if that's Mill Lily, the profound sadness that will happen afterwards is quite something. Stun them a little. See, these are more hard of items. Not terrible odds, 1 in 10,000. It's gotta run it the whole event, you'll get it. Heals. Up. Buy all these enemies. Yeah, if you're feeling lucky, I think Green ID is also pretty solid if you want to feel like if you're going into ruins or not, just because they get Grass Assassin V101s from what I remember. Oh no, that might be Viridian. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I played. But either way, I know there is a red ID or a red ring ID that also can option select whether or not you get V101 from that stuff. Yeah, Gurren's also pretty good. I think I might be thinking Viridian. As I said before, it's been a while since I played. Oh, hey, that's part chances. It's certainly a song playing as we're doing this. This is the Fighting the Tiger music, if I remember correctly. I'll mostly be sticking to Glide Divine here. I can stack some fireballs. It helps a little bit. It's more important that I just shut down these enemies. But if the team doesn't have, like, super perfect pickup on these, it doesn't really matter. Or if the team wants to Heaven Striker every shot, there's nothing wrong with that either. Might as well just help the strat. Now, I'm gonna hope that we don't get the bad room. The bad room is gonna take us... Oh, look, orange card. See, look at that, chat. You can do all the Ubers. Whether or not they're useful is a different question. Ooh, is this gonna take us to the dub chick room? I really don't... Oh, I'm gonna get Baran's, by the way. Rest in peace, me. Nice freeze. I shockingly didn't get murdered by missiles there. Wait, did I actually freeze them with Roberto there? Huh. I saw another freeze trap go off, unless 2 went off. So anyway, this is just making sure you got your Barans. Got little Barans fixed in. It's fine if you stand in the middle. It's not too bad. In multiplayer, it can get kind of weird, though. Single player, it's fine. But the problem is, like, the iframes. Multiplayer are kind of whack. So if even one missile hits you, you just kind of super explode. I will let you know that if we unfortunately get Bolt up, I cannot stun lock, and I will not volunteer to do that with this character. I don't have the right items for it. We'll be doing legit 0. Oh, there's our V101 chances. Hi, Sinnoh Blues. Come on, bonus room. Yeah, we'll work it out when we get there. I'm just giving an FYI. My other character, my other Phone World has everything. This character does not. She's just here for the ride, because I was like, you know what? Get some V101 chances in today. Oh, look at that. Damn, Retract showing the point of the run. Retract got the memo. Congratulations, Retract. See that? Orange IG's so fun here. It doesn't matter what path you get. It's all value. Just oops all value. You even get Lava's Cannon here. It's wild. Like not even kidding. Like every enemy is value. It's kind of insane. Like you get S parts, you get your Lava's Cannons, your V101s. And then if you go to the bonus room, the bonus room actually has more Chaos Springers than the Ruins route. So it actually is even better at getting Prophets of Motab than the Ruins route. Believe it or not. I did a number check, and I was like, that can't be right. And then I looked at it, and I'm like, no, that's right for some reason. Oh boy. I'm gonna tell a debuff. I think it's a good debuff in time. I think it's time for me to panic freeze here a little. Okay. I didn't die right away. That's good. Thank you, Glide Divine. Letting me debuff that room. Although sadly, there's so many enemies, you can't even debuff them all. Which I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose, by the way. Yeah, you can take that little blue warp if you want the egg. Don't remember if this means we're going to Pal. Yes! Yes! Okay, we got a bonus room. Okay, strap in. There's gonna be a million Chaos Springers. There's gonna be like a wave of like 10 of them. It's gonna be completely silly. I love this room. Here we go. So V101s and Prophets of Motab surround us. Or sorry, it's Lava's Cannon for the reds. Oh, there's some blues in there actually. Yeah, so V101s just get surrounded by Ubers. Don't mind me. Now we get tons of Lava's Cannon chances and Prophet of Motab. This is definitely one of my favorite runes in the entire game. Just get surrounded by value. It's easy. But more Darkbringers. We're gonna debuff what we can. Okay. Ouch, I got run over. Heavy machinery song is playing. Yeah, we're gonna be here a while. In case people haven't seen this before, we're not at the wave. We're getting closer though. We're gonna try to apply buffs while we can. Glide Divine in here. You know what's crazy after all this? We're still gonna get yet another fight. And also, don't forget to talk to the person to the left when we go to hand in this quest, because we will get a bonus material, and I believe that can be TP material, by the way. Have fun with that. so many Uber chances. Hold on, I think the wave is coming. Oh, look at this. The blues are V101s, the reds are Lava's Cannons, the Darkbringers are Prophet. Like, come on. This is such a good room. Everything here is value. Just gotta get it to drop a bit more, that's all. Here we go. Here's the wave, as I like to call it. This is so many Darkbringers. Very fun in single player for Force, not so fun in multiplayer because I don't get to kill them with ice. Such a good wave. And a reward for all that is a, I think, easy slaughter of dragon. I think. So I think worm is the bonus of the other path. Teammates confirming those. So sadly, it looks like we got a V101 outside the bonus room, but now you at least got to see on stream the glory that is all of those potential Ubers. Just like wall of items. Let's go. Guess we'll go murder Dragon real quick. Don't mind us. Sure, why not? Might as well get the XP. Poor dragon. Just actually getting massacred. I forget, does this character have the Gazan merge on them? Oh, they don't. There is a character I had the Gazan merge on because I kept getting Worm Boss so often while doing these runs, and I'm like, hold on, I'm going to finally be able to kill Worm Boss. Worse. This takes so long in single player otherwise. It was on a faux new world, so I didn't have X-Cal or anything, so I was like, this feels terrible. I will let you know, it was not a regret purchase. Wow, what a timely level up / victory sound from Yakuza 7. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna talk to the guy on the left. And then I have to think about what character to play as after this. Although I think I need to drop a material or two, or item or two, so I could get this. Hello, Sue. What kind of material? What did you give me? Oh, you gave me a TP material. Wow, she's so good at demoing things. Right, chat? Just get good. Just get TP material randomly. You know what? This character earned it. She just eat it. I don't even care. So now the question is, so we completed this. So I think we got a good feel for this. What quests to do now? Feel like the answer to that is, oh, I can put away photon drops. God. Guess we'll go back to some classics. I guess we could do Wide ID Terrell's Ego. Still Pew Pew Laser Time too. We could just do episode 4 run as is. You know what? Yeah, let's do episode 4. We'll mix it up a little bit. We'll just do episode 4 boss rush on orange. I think that should be fun. Go retrieve the Psycho Wand again, I guess. I probably do want the Ice Scepter, but probably be okay with just Rebarda Merge. Psycho Wand, that's probably good enough. Let's do a couple episode 4 then. I was gonna say, the way I view it is I know Orange ID and Yellow ID both give good items. I think Yellow is more generic, and then I think it's the Uber for Orange that gives something interesting, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I played. I always get them flipped in my mind because they're both somewhat close to each other on the chart, and they have very similar things that we're looking for. I know Orange should get things like Slicer Fanatic, which is always fun. Let's fact check myself in real time. Yeah, I know Orange had like a phenomenal amount of value. Yeah, they do get the Lame to Argent for Uber Boss. But honestly, the other items are also pretty good. Oh, they're swapping. That's fine. Yeah, you get Ophiel C, Syncestas, Rupikas, V801s, Kunai, Musashi, or Slicer Fanatic. Although, I guess technically, you would play War Limits 1 / the other War Limits when they're available, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I find War Limits really boring. It is pretty much one of the quests where I feel like that's why they designed the auto run feature, because there's just nothing to do for long stretches of it, even though it is technically some of the most efficient means of doing things like Blue Astarks. Yeah, Walk of Limits. It's certainly a limit of patience, in terms of how much is not happening. Ooh, we're in the Oni headquarters. I believe this is the stealth theme. Given that I don't hear lyrics, I believe I'm correct. Here we go, chat. We're testing my Yakuza 7 knowledge. So this will be interesting with Cycle 1, because normally I'm doing Ice, which is only a 10% bonus difference between the Psycho Wand and the other values, but I'm definitely very curious how it impacts the rest of the run. Like, being able to not have to swap to switch between Rafoe and Rabarda here, I think would be huge. Oh, we're now in the action theme of the same one. There we go, we've been spotted. Remote battery, dance into it. Welcome, remote. I guess I'll do some stacks with good old magical piece. Set up for the future. Yeah, genuinely, I really, really like the Yakuza 7 soundtrack. It's been growing on me. On Heavenly Battle. Chat, I'm going for the low end rares. That's my goal for the event. I want to get one Heavenly Battle. Not, I don't mean pity gifted, but I want to see it physically drop on the screen. I mean, some of these are like actually not terrible odds, like 1 in 200, and we fight like 30 to 40 in some runs, for example. Well, I guess in some it's as low as like 12, but again, it depends on the quest. But it's one of those things where I'm like, come on, you can do it. We do like 5 of those quests every time we play. In theory, it should pop up between 4 people. I was looking to collect more Heavenly Battles, both to give to new players, but also I'm looking to play some Hugh casts at some point. The difficulty spike music. Nice Ephinea. It's like, oh, I'm like, it's like, uh-oh. You're testing the Diablo 2 player reflex. You're lucky I wasn't lined up with it. I definitely would have taken that. Been like, boom. I turned and everything. The finger hovered on that button. There we go. Majima time. I wouldn't mind a V801. See what happens though. Oh, interrupted my third shot. This is why this character needs to be 101. Get rid of God Technique, just put it on. It would unironically help me quite a lot. I guess I should probably do that. It's not like I'm using Meagit or anything. It just feels kind of weird to put it on a photo roll. There you go, and I helped. Thank you, demons. Feels nice to actually have like a pretty large Ripoe bonus. Not gonna lie. I feel like that's where you do the look what they have to do to mimic a fraction of my power when we compare the Phonu World and Phonu Min, but not gonna lie, it feels pretty nice. Also saving on TPs without a side effect. I don't even Gafoe stack with just cycle 1 just to save me TP, but that I shouldn't do that, but it is very satisfying, I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully everybody's doing well in the chat. I needed some music to pick me up because I was like, woo, 6:30 a.m. work start. Let's go. It's gonna be a long day. Anyway, I should probably come over here. That's the dumb team. Love the enemies like not quite spawning because I wasn't here when they first appeared. They're trying their best though. Lieutenant Mano might not be terrible to pick up for gonna make a Romar, so getting one with good stats could be useful. As well as weaken the incoming wave. Ooh, Photon Crystal. To give away a few of those to help pay for the second one. But not bad to get some of those back. Yeah, these enemies are just kind of inconsistent. I don't like using Ripoe on them. It's technically doable. Do I like doing it? Not really. That time I managed to... Oh, I still spooked them? Really? My fireball was still lingering? That sucks. I was like, I actually wasn't casting it for a while. I thought it wore off already. Fortunate. I got baited. Because I was going to say, I remembered not to keep casting Gafoe, because I stopped it like over a wave ago, but it was still lingering. Get wrecked, apparently. I don't know where that was aiming, but that's okay. We could pretend I was helping there. Oh, it was the eggs, my bad. Well, welcome, Hellcleave. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to Hellcleave. Go ahead and say no to that with a couple of debuffs. Should probably stack magical boots here. Hello, Marissa's. Oh, I did have a Gafoe emerge. Whoops. It's like I was like, oh, I didn't see it in my share bank, and I was like, oh, duh, I'm holding it. Just explain where it is. There we go. Might as well boost their damage. I don't need Rabarda here. No MTG tonight. It's a shame. Started playing a little bit of it, Health Leave. I think I've learned I don't like CEDH. That's what I learned from playing. Part of those. At some point I'll go back and update the MTG Discord. Work has been ultra crazy. We're starting to die down, so I might put some of the commander decks I was playing with. There are a lot. I made a lot of decks. I just want you to know, chat. It's like when I'm saying like I had a couple for commander. Total and outright lie. I have like 65 made or something like that. I was like rapid firing through them. It's like, listen, I just want to experiment with this as much as possible. I love it, but since I played for 15 years now, I only really like the top end stuff. I can see that to some extent, but I don't know. It's like I used to play, then I took a break because I was not really excited. I stopped around. Oh, I did get OFLCs. I stopped around the original Kamigawa, whatever that was called. Yeah, I think it might have been like Saviors, might have been the exact set. So I was not thrilled. I was like, I went from Mirrodin to that, and I was like, wow, I don't want any of these cards, so I stopped playing. It's like, yeah, not impressed. But I came back to it, mostly because other people were playing. I don't recommend purchasing the cards. Let me tell that about any card game that I play. Like, no. If I don't play a free version, I'm not playing. Listen, my money could be better spent elsewhere, either on the stream or helping other people or doing other things. I'm like, no. I'm not dropping like $300 on card games. Like, no thank you. Listen, there are other mediums in which to enjoy it. I will play those. Oakley says I have one of each color for deck, but I wasn't playing them, so I put together build a deck, which you can part 7 build whatever I feel like now. Nice. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just a very different play experience, even from like when I used to play. It's like, do I really want to get like turn 2 killed by nonsense and CDEDH? Like, I'm like, oh, look, fastest Oracle. That's such an exciting card. Okay. Things I don't miss. Or start playing a game and then somebody windmill slams Dark Ritual into Necro Dominance, and I'm like, oh, we're playing one of these games, huh? Okay. Interesting. Lack of interaction in casual, oof. I guess from your standpoint, Hellcleave, since you've been back into it probably longer than I have in general, like how do you define how much interaction should be in a deck, out of curiosity? Like in 100 cards, what number is it, and then like what types do you consider in that value range? Also, I don't know why I walked forward, I should have stayed back. That's fine. We live with our mistakes. Oakleaf says, yeah, card games are money pin, pretty much just gambling opening packs. Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's fine. I don't need to get that dopamine rush equivalency. Like, listen. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where I played different power level ranges, but you know, before they decided that we're gonna do away with power level. But it's one of those things where it's like, I'd more fun in like the 6, maybe low 7 range. I think like 3 is too casual for me. Kind of have like a little bit of an oomph. Are you really targeting me with missile? This is so rude right now. I don't know why I could forward there. That was an input error. Leave me alone. Spinners are the worst. I'm not gonna lie, I do like this song a lot, but I think the remix of this is so much better. A little early. Perish. Never do budget decks, I so often make 30, 33, 40 lands depending on colors, mana rocks, style. Yeah, that's kind of the thing where I haven't found like a good... Oh, nice. I appreciate you breaking the cutscene. I haven't found like a good number. I don't have like a good formula because I'm so used to 60 card. I don't think I'm going low on lands. I'll put it that way. Most of my decks have at least 38 lands. Oh man, this cutscene's so broken. Rip cutscene. It's thinking about it. There we go. He was really thinking about it. He was struggling. Did you get a Fennec from the boss? That's certainly a drop. Damn. Boss giving you personal gifts. We'll do a couple more. Better than Rupa? Damn. Probably true. Only ever go low or if green or CDH since half the deck is mana rocks. Oh yeah, CDH is like... Stuff them full. You gotta get your combo out first or it's all over. Yeah, I mean, I've been finding a nice range. I mean, I had to have like a thing to help look up lands because I don't know all the land names. Listen, like I'll know there's like a temple card if I'm doing budget. I know there's gonna be things that come into play if I reveal from hand or if I have too many basics on the field. I know there's like 3 or 4 ways I can fetch out basics aside from like Terramorphic Expanse and Evolving Wild. So like there's like little fun things I can do in there to help deck thin and or do stuff if I really feel like it. So even when I'm playing like 2-color, there's still quite a lot of nice little lands like that in there. And I guess the other big question is, what value range do you consider budget, or is it anything under 100? That was the other topic of discussion I had with people. Because I know there's... It's definitely hard to go, like, super budget and still function. Yeah, let me, magic piece it up, actually. Like, I'll give an example. Like, I just did a, like, very gimmicky, but very focused, party deck with, Barakanos, or whatever his name is, combined with Folk Hero, which was the most expensive card in the whole deck by far. And it's like $22 in order to get, like, power level 5, I think? Gotta squeeze out all the budget. Extra sum of the box of sleeves at $20 since all the pre-con are $40 on no fire. Yeah, that was kind of the personal goal when I started. I wanted to kind of keep it around like the $40 range. Because I was like, okay, you know, I wanted to be at least competitive with Precon. Since other people would be, you know, if they're starting out Magic, that's probably what they're going to play with. It's just kind of one of those things where I think that was the initial budget that I went for. I'm going to tell them to not hit me. There we go. Nice slicer. Other people were telling me like $85, $90 is budget, and I'm like, I think it's like technically true, but it feels wrong. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, is that really budget? Is it? Is it though? Oh, team is further forward than me. Whoops. I should have repositioned to account for that. Like, is it? In a sense, it could be just such as it could be bad cards. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's a lot about the synergy of the cards, and you know, your EDH power level equivalency isn't gonna quite nail it. I always find it really funny. The litmus test for that site doesn't quite know what it's doing. I dare you to do Great Henge, Hellcleave. If you use that site, put Great Henge in you, and look at the percentage of playability. It says the average chance that you will play this card. It is funny. I'm like, listen, trust me, Great Henge is going to be played every game it's in. Trust me. Trust me, this is not an obstacle. Trust me, EDH power level. You are woefully underrating this card. Just like... It's like, yeah, you get it like 8% of the games. And I'm like, uh-huh. Okay. I don't believe that. So, you know, you gotta take it with a grain of salt with some of those power level comparisons. Like, I think it gives a good baseline for, like, determining how many combos are in the deck. It's not too bad there. There's some where I don't agree with the classification. My favorite one is where it's like, it's a 2-card combo, and then like one of the first lines of like how to do the combo on those sites is like, now give your creature persist. And I'm like, but if you have to give it persist, it's 3 cards. That's not a 2-card combo at that point. Like, wait, it just like, yes, I too will declare it can do abilities outside these 2 cards. Yes, 2-card combo, air quotes. It's kind of stuff like that I just find funny. Oh, oops. My bad, forgot to swap over. I shake my head every time I see those. It happens to me a lot because I do stuff like, pretty much anytime you have a persist creature, it'll pop up. Or I love when it's like, it's a 2-card combo, but first you gotta get 5 tokens. But I'm like, but you can't make the tokens with those 2 cards. Like, wait, that doesn't check out. Oh, I don't know. Some of those categorizations confuse me. I'll read what Hopefully has to say in a moment. Go back to stacking for a little bit. Let's put together 3 decks that play well together, and one of us Niv Mizzet. Oh no, not Niv Mizzet. Oh, Hellcleave, you listen. Even with my limited knowledge, I think I know exactly which Niv Mizzet you're talking about, and I know enough that there is more than one Niv Mizzet, but there's only one Niv Mizzet you're realistically talking about. There's only one. Let's be honest. Oh, let me come over here a bit more. I'm like, And the combo is in there, but you can easily mess it up also. True. Yeah, it's always interesting to see, you know, people's takes on whether or not to allow things like infinites. And I'm like, listen, they're gonna happen. I'm like, how would you even play green-blue without going infinite? Like, I'm like, is it even possible to combine random green-blue cards and not go infinite? I'm not sure. I feel like that's a hard challenge. You have to be playing like the most jank of jank. It's just like a non-functional. I don't know. Can't picture it. Ooh, the Millennium Tower music is playing. Really, too, since they reprinted the same card just with a different name? Damn, truth. Yeah, we're climbing the Millennium Tower right now, chat. We're at the end of the game. Means we're coming up to one of my favorite songs, although this one isn't bad. So yeah, I mean, I've been trying some more deck ranges, and it's like, if you ask me what I've tried, it's everything, Kelkleave. It's like, what haven't I tried? I just put decks together because I'm like, oh, I want to see how this mechanic works. Then I'll do card research. I think that's what Magic and like games like Yu-Gi-Oh are to me. It's like 90% deck building, and then I play like the deck once and never touch it again. I think that's an accurate statement of how I usually play those kinds of games. So, me trying to put that into budget, like real life budget, I'm like, no, that's not happening. I think not. Still remember giving a dirty look at one of the players I played with a while back. Oh, oops. I thought it was stacking. My bad. That's what I get for looking at chat. We're talking about, like, trying out the new bracket system, right? Where they're saying, like, you know, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. We're like, okay, I don't really want to do tier 4s. So let's try, you know, we'll start with pre-cons, which are, like, usually 2. Although, funny enough, by some of their definitions, I think some of the pre-cons aren't actually 2, but that's another story. But we're like, okay, we'll move on to 3 after that. And then, like, they brought into, like, a pre-con game like that Hulkleave. They were playing Otters. And they had Twinning Staff. And then they put an extra turn spell. And I'm like, really? I'm like, what? Listen. I know the brackets aren't good, but I'm like, come on. You're going to hit me with the duplicated extra turns? That's not bracket 2. Just gonna let you ease you into that statement. So, I think some of those decks are kind of fun, but at the same time, it definitely is an interesting conversation trying to get everybody at the same power level. Casual and high power, I'm not a fan of it at the moment. Yeah, I don't want to go like super casual with it. That's where I'm like, if it goes like to the, you know, equivalency of bracket 1, I don't enjoy it. Bracket 2 is okay. I think I'm more of like in the 3, to be honest. I don't like it being the Wild West. I don't like 4. I definitely don't like 5 from like what I've played with. But again, maybe, you know, experiences vary. Where it's one of those ones where I want to have like some sanity on it. I don't know. I just find it kind of ridiculous if people start chaining together stuff like you know, I'm sitting here and they, you know, they got their Gaia's Cradle into like Jeskai Will and like a green-red deck. I'm like, okay. Just like, okay. This mana is too fast. Too fast, too furious. I like being able to at least anticipate what they're doing. It's kind of hard to react to suddenly 15 cards and 15 mana out of nowhere due to duplications. Like, oh, I guess the game is over. Similarly, I don't really want to play against decks where like 8 of the cards are like fetches or tutors for some specific combo piece. Like, it's fine. I don't really want to have a combo off every game. Combos have their place. I think they can be abusing, but at like every game like that, I don't know. Luckily says, yeah, I used to play a lot of high power in like group plays. Most of the game were too fast or too long. I started to bring a DS. Yeah, it's definitely like you have to be able to respect people's time. So like it, you know, it's one thing if you're building like this ultra wide deck and you're like, oh, we're just gonna have a stalemate forever. But you know, like I'm willing to appreciate the player that's gonna break out the Greater Hook. Where I'm like, no, the game has to end at some point. Yeah, it's like. That's why I'm kind of like, if you got a late game infinite, I'm okay with that. I'm like, listen, if you got to 8 mana you deserve to win the game. That's just my opinion, and I don't mean from like you triple stack a billion mana pieces on turn 2 or something, but just in general. Like if you got there, you know what? You paid for it. You should just win at this point. Just end the game. It's fine. It's the other people's fault for not winning sooner. That's what that is. So I'm what I like to call the realist. Like at some point, the game has to end. So it's okay. You could do your 3-card infinite. That is like super janky. If we get hit by it, it's our fault. We needed more interaction. But at the same time, I don't want to see like turn 4, you double your mana. The next turn, you like triple your mana, and then the game ends. It's like, oh, okay. I guess the difference of it is like how much of it is like instant speed types you have to react to versus sorcery speed. It's like a very different world where people are playing really slow board wipes like the 7, 8, 9 costers versus like people running Damnation. Do you know what I mean? Or Wrath of God. It's a slightly different world. Although I guess when you go higher power level, you actually care more about Exile. So I guess to some extent it depends on the board state and the meta. What are we doing on time anyway? We could do one more. I think my rule of thumb if I enjoy the game is if I have a board state, I shouldn't just die in one turn. Just like it's definitely my fault if I have no creatures or whatever. Oh, I didn't get the red one. I was like one fireball away. Like I just feel like if you have like an appropriate amount of blockers and you do things that somebody's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do instant speed win. You're like, oh, over. Profound sadness. An attempted victory was made, but I died with blockers, blockers and starting health total. Cool. Oakley says, yeah, my last high power deck I had together was Boros, Anthems, was just play stuff, everything got bigger, swing all the decks for removal every now and then. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about, so how much removal hopefully we think in an average deck? Like obviously the interaction will change depending on whether or not it's a very creature heavy meta. I definitely find like some of the MDFCs are not too terrible to include even in budget. That helps a little bit with number of interaction pieces. A lot of people didn't wipe the field or remove it up, and I won way too much with that deck. Yeah, that's the thing, because it's like, it's definitely... Oh, I forgot to swap to my other barrier. My bad. I could have killed it just then. Oh well. Blink. It is what it is. Because I feel like most of the times where I've lost the game, it's because they just instantly won on their turn, which is not the best feeling in the world, to be honest with you. Where I'm like, oh. Profound sadness. I'll die with like the 5-cost sorcery in hand, and I'm like, oh, if only I had a better dice roll, I would have board wiped earlier. It's so sad. I could probably do one more. Pop these. It's like, if only it was instant speed, that I would have cast it. So sad. Yeah, I definitely want to play around with more of the colors. Especially when I keep hearing, like, Boros, like, one of the worst colors. So I'm like, now I feel obligated to play Boros. I'm like, wait a minute, Boros isn't even terrible in budget. I'm like, wait, wait, this is actually fine. Why do so many of the MDFCs work? I don't understand. I'm like, Sundering Eruption OP in budget. I'm just like, wait, I can just make everybody not block? Nice. Like, wow, what a useful thing I could turn my mountain into instead. Here, meta big Dems, 3/4 board wise, 1/3 catch-all removals, counters fuzz, minis, fit single target removal, also like 5+. Ooh, 5+ single target. That's interesting. I don't know if I go that high with it. I think Hellcleave, you would have appreciated the first match I ever played with Commander. There were a total of 12 board wipes played Hellcleave. It just, nothing lived. It was the Great Purge every turn. It's like, I was like, come on. One day we'll get there. People don't play Disenchant enough. See, like, I definitely agree. I'm of the point where it's like, how much of those do you run? Because I have been noticing where I'm like, okay, I really like enchants, and I feel like most of the time where I start to struggle, it's because I could deal with their creatures, but I can't do what the enchants are doing with the creatures. So I totally get that from Hellcleave's perspective. Oh, I would not want to be in an 8-hour game. That sounds terrible. Yeah, somebody told me to run more interaction at one point, and I just looked at them and I was like, listen, I have over 12 cards of interaction. Sometimes you just don't draw it. Like, this, what are you supposed to do? You have your draw engine set up, you draw 40 cards, you just don't draw it. Like, sometimes MTG take it, and it never giveth back. It's all over. Like, just, sometimes you'd think you'd hit it, but it's like, no. Drew half the deck, still didn't get one. So sad. I'm like, yeah, I see why people run tutors. I understand. Trust me. I was like, this is painful. Yeah, Ditto like his Damone and Dina deck, and at one point, I have like 18 lands, and just I couldn't draw any cards to play. It's so bad. Like actual profound sadness. Yeah, I draw extremely terribly, Hellcleave. I think you would think I was cursed if you saw how I drew with my decks. I'm like, I swear they're shuffled. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, ah, yes, land number 9 in a row. That's exactly what I wanted. Yeah. Like, There we go. That's how I stuffed them appropriately. Oh, I actually landed demons. There we go. I helped. That's why I stopped drafting. Oof. Yeah, it's one of those things, Hellcleave. It was just like, at one point, Hellcleave, I had a game so bad I had to Path of Exile for my second land drop of the game, or third land drop of the game. So bad. It's like, we're on turn 7. I've drawn 14 cards. It's like, not one of them has been a land outside the starting hand. It's kind of rough. One day I'll see them. I'll take the MDFCs even. Take anything. But yeah, unironically, I do actually think, because I guess people just don't like red-white at high level, it makes the prices more reasonable to get higher card power in budget for those two colors. It's like, you have your mana fixing lands, and it's like you go to do it in like green-blue, and it's like $4. So you look at red-white, they're like 40 cents, and you're like, yep, nobody plays this color combo, let's go. It gets such a much better mana base for like actually no value added. The deck cost. So funny. Oh yes, Clifftop Retreats. Yep, that's like 20 cents sometimes. Always funny. There we go, nice and easy kill. Or event eggs. Oh yeah, I think at one point, I think what also helped me stop playing Magic is I tried a draft tournament once. Once was enough, Hellcleave. I went there once and was like, I'll never forget. It's one of those things where you're like, And depending on how versed Hellcleave is, Imagine that you fought 3 opponents in a row in the Kamigawa era, and all 3 of them had GT. I was like, really? What is happening? This just doesn't feel fair. I'm getting GT'd, help, send help. Like, I drafted absolute trash. You know, it's like, this is just it's like, is this even winnable? I don't think it is. GG. I just have random junk cards. The big oof is real. You know what? I don't think I've done an equipment worthy of Ouroboros, to be honest with you, hopefully. Not yet, anyway. I've been having fun. There we go. Oh, it happened. We did it, chat. The stream goal has been achieved. I did it. Oh, I got run over. I died for my hubris almost. There we go. I got the heavenly battle. We did it. Mission accomplished. I think got banned in modern for a reason. Yeah. Man, hopefully, but it's like, listen, you know what's bad when you haven't played Magic in a while and you're like, oh, what kind of cards are people running? And then one of my first experiences Hellcleave was, oh, what's the One Ring Hellcleave? Followed by, oh. In that order, Hellcleave. It was, oh. And I'm like, oh, what's Sheoldred Hellcleave? Oh. Yeah, it's like, oh. I learned very quickly what the meta was from a few games. Like, oh. I'm like, oh, what's Orcish Bowmasters? Doesn't look very strong. Then we look at it and it's all over. Light Dragon says, congrats, I just got my Storm Wand. Nice, nice. Welcome, Light Dragon. Hope you're doing well today. So I learned through, we'll call it trial by pain for Magic the Gathering Hellcleave. I learned the meta real fast the hard way. It's like, oh, I understand now. I've been enlightened. Or my favorite one was, what's Narset? I learned that the hard way too, Hellcleave. I was like, oh. Dun, 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 dun. Goodbye, these Marissas. Get out of here. Back to debuffs. We still have a lot of time for other quests, so we'll rotate to a different quest set. Plus, we're near the end of the Demon Beat anyway. Ooh, an event egg. Nice. I was about to ask where it was, but I'm blind, so it's fine. Goodbye, defense material. If I had an evade material, I would have dropped you first. These enemies. Yeah. I have to say, like, I'm okay with people playing them, but I'm definitely not a fan of, like, the universe within kind of stuff. I kind of wish that their abilities were on other cards. It makes it kind of awkward when you're building certain decks, and you're like, oh, I really like that ability. What's it from? And then I see, like, the other cards associated, and I'm like, oh. Like, I'm not really a fan of those other IPs. Yeah. Like, I liked it more when it was, like, the equivalency of, you know, they had kind of, like, the special Godzilla cards or whatever they were, where it was, like, they were real cards before then. So, like, they could do whatever they want. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. They can do what they want. But then it's, like, when the stuff is only in those sets, it's like, ooh. How about that? Oops, I missed the ship, apparently. 25-hit ray gun. Where's your special? It's so sad. So yeah, I'm not like oh, yo, you can't play that. I'm more just kind of like, I really don't want to play with Lord of the Rings. I really don't. I'm not a big fan. But also just stuff in general where it's like I'll like it, or I do partake in this stuff, but I don't like the card art also. It's like I'll watch stuff like older Doctor Who, for example, but man, some of that card art is like actually atrocious. Just like, ooh, I don't like the art direction at all in these. Especially the one of the, I want to say it's the 14th Doctor, the one where she's looking in the flask. That one was a little special. I'm gonna pick up that photon drop eventually. I deserve that. You know what? I should have been one step further. That was on me. That's also what I get for scratching an itch. It's really bothering me. I got like something in my eye. Okay, there we go. Focus reacquired. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Remembered what my menu was. I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, I haven't played in a while, so it's like all the quick menu stuff. It's like, what did I set it up to? And then I'm like, oh, right. Came back to me. We'll slowly improve gameplay over time as we warm up after not playing PSO for a while. Alright, so this time I should stay back a bit more. I can do a cycle one. Aw, sadly no rare boss. Oh well, it is what it is. See my target, but can I reach the target? I'm like, I unironically really kind of stumped them out real quick. With all those shifters, I shouldn't need to do anything. Yeah, I mean, the way I kind of view it, because again, I've played like multiple card games. I don't really consider myself like a fan of one in particular at the moment. But Magic kind of has the same issue where if I were to make a very easy comparison to Yu-Gi-Oh, there is a certain era of cards I will play up to in Yu-Gi-Oh, and anything that is beyond... Oh, that was a perfect heal. Clap for that, chat. That was so good. There's such a good timing. I didn't even have to re-heal. Worth. Anyway. I do feel like there's just a certain speed of the game I don't enjoy so much. And some of that is seen when you start mixing stuff that is kind of cross editions, Commander. And like you saw some of it in Standard, don't get me wrong, when you played. But it's like a very different world for, you know, I used to play 7th edition, for example, Magic the Gathering. And like the speed of those games is very different compared to Modern. So some of it is like, it's very hit or miss for me. I have to be in the kind of mood for this speed. Just to try and make them the boss, whatever. But hey, at least we leveled up the team a little bit. Not that Colette needs the experience, but everybody else getting a little higher. A little more pew pew fun time lasers. So we'll briefly do... We did a couple of these. I mean, we can't not do Terrell's Ego. Listen, I don't care if it's not rare enemy, or whatever the equivalency is, it's all good. Just believe in the other drops. So we'll do a couple Terrells. I'll do it on White ID. And then we'll switch to... That is so many photon drops. We'll switch over to... Good question. I was thinking of doing... What was it called? Rescue from Regal, but then I'm like, what IDs do I feel like I should run? I mean, I do purple as like a joke, but I don't think it... Is it technically? I don't know. I have to reassess that. I had that discussion with myself a while ago, and I don't recall what my conclusion was for that quest. I do purple just to give myself the hint of a chance of getting a Cycle 1 normally. But technically it has a very heavy leaning toward forest, so anything that gives decent forest drops is fine. There's like an okay number of cave enemies, but it's not, I don't think it's enough to like sway it, where it's cave ID specific stuff. I think that is the correct one. Yeah, so it's like, it's just tempting to play it with more White ID. I just don't like White ID caves. That's like the only downside. White ID caves feels miserable, from what I recall. It definitely feels like a waste of time. But for TTF, I will be playing Red ID. For Terrell's Ego, I'll be playing White ID for sure. I see no reason not to do White ID here. It is the value ID to end all value IDs. We'll do a couple Terrells. Yeah, because with yellow ID, they kind of move stuff around, so I don't know if it's worth it after the last set of changes. That was the big concern. Because, right, like, they have a really solid forest, but then it's like, then it comes to the cave changes, and I'm like, I mean, like, they could technically get some of their drops. Okay. So, I'll think about it. I'll try just bare hand casting, that should be fun. Yeah, it's kind of like we did Endless Episode 1 for a while, and then they changed some of the drops around, and I'm like, As much as I used to like it for value, I think with them moving it, so that way you can't do a certain infamous quest over and over for Lame to Argent. It's like, haven't been as excited. Like, I think almost for me, Episode 1, Endless, is Pink ID. Like, unironically, I think that's one of their better quests. I don't usually hear people talk about it, but it is kind of wild how much you could get in Pink ID. Because normally you're like, oh, they only have a handful of items, so like, why would you do Episode in Pink ID? And then you look at the enemy layout for Endless, and you're like, wait, they get how many chances at Swordsman lore? They have how many heart of items in one run? Oh, okay. Just like, oh. Right, chat? Interesting. Skyline Lane Farm going to be on me. They moved it to the desert. Yeah. So it's like I'm still kind of adjusting to the changes from last year. So I'm probably gonna have to revisit our quest guide thing, which I don't think we ended up doing a video on YouTube as of today. Like, I have definitely opened it up on stream before, but I don't think we've had, like, a formal video talking about it. I guess I could do it at some point. Work has just been insane. So it's like, there, you know, when there's 5 weeks in a month and you work 3 out of 5 weekends, and you're normally more of a 9 to 5 person, and you're also not getting home until like 11 o'clock, it's like, and I mean PM, not AM. So it's like, oh my gosh, like please, enough is enough. Well, let me do my funny little face check. Don't mind me. Funny little face check. Oh, just held else, whatever. I guess I could kill them. We're here now. We get to talk. For the Pink ID one, Endless Episode 1, it has a shocking number of enemies that are only good for Pink ID hunts. Because a lot of the ones that you would want to be in high number, like the Sinnohs and like the Brands, are just kind of which is like where a lot of value is for mines. And then like almost all their hard ofs are number 1 or number 2 in each area in terms of number of enemies. So it's one of those things. Pink ID has like some very classic hunts, like involving episode 2 in particular, don't get me wrong, but it is funny to actually go like, wait, this is like the quest to play with it in episode 1. I found it. It's the quest. Okay, team set up the warps. I was seeing what they're doing. Just double checking. Yeah, yellow ID, I think, I don't remember if my guide is updated because it was, I made that guide before they made the change, and I don't think I updated that one specifically. So if we do a video now, I could always fix it. But I think, for example, like you could do yellow ID, sweep up ID, or sweep up Operation 3, for example. Red Saber, no machine in a useful amount. That's so sad. Only 15. It's not good enough. I was gonna say, you're on your own. I'm not dealing with this. Thank you. Don't mind me, just doing whatever in any room. I'm piloting. So yeah. We do have like an online guide. Like technically it's still linked. I could just relink it, I guess, in the stream chat. But we have like it all written out for the different IDs, and we have one that's like a quest focus guide, which I'm more likely to do that one first. Just because the other one requires so many video parts. I think we did record 2 Section ID parts. But again, things have been on break for a while. Grab that. I'm gonna say good luck to the team. Oh, they got 3 seals? Wow, that was disrespectful. You've been using them? Nice. I think they might be linked to the other guides. I'll probably add them if they're not in there, because I know not every guide links to every other guide, but there is one where I talk about like different quests. So like, for example, I rate them on a scale of like roughly 1 to 8 in terms of difficulty, and then I talk about like in the guide itself a very quick list of whether or not I recommend bringing traps, for example, or if it's those kinds of things in there. You have it open at the moment? Nice. That one doesn't cover like what to do with events, so I'm not sure if I want to create like a small list for events just to cover every topic. I think that was like the only thing I was debating before I did a video on it. Because I do think it's a very different quest list. Like what we're doing here, like Terrell's is really great in general, but like doing it specifically for events, like there's reasons we do certain quests at certain times. But it's like, how picky do I want to be with it? I don't know. These enemies. I think I've murdered everything. Red Saber with 25 machines? Is that worth it? Probably not. Yeah, like Terrell's is okay. Like it's fine. I just find it boring to run like for hours on end. So it's good to have like a good variety. Plus, when you're doing like we'll call them modified runs for TTF, you could get a lot of value out of it. Only thing is, I barely made it very hard, so my drop rate is bad. So it's probably more important that you just level, to be honest, Late Dragon. It's one of those things, the faster you get to ultimate, then you're like, you're in the true end game. I should have put my warp closer, my bad. Controlling the team. Goodbye, Dragon. You're so ultra dead. I mean, inevitably you have to run TTF if you're playing a Hunter Ranger, unless you're planning on buying every red ring. Ooh, we got the damage glitch. Nice. Direct Dragon. I mean, you're pretty early in the scheme of things, so when I hear people complaining about TTF, I'm like, you have no idea how much you need to actually play TTF normally to get red ring. Either that or you're trying to level in TTF when it's on XP week, which that also makes sense. I guess I'll just casually check to see if there's any rares. Not that I expect anything from this. I mean, in theory, I could benefit from a red handgun here. So I might as well just kill this wave. Guess I got rewarded with the power material? Question mark? 2 power materials. Not bad. Anyway, slash lobby. So we'll do one more. Rails is not my favorite, but I figured we'd do a little bit of it. Sitting to this and I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. Thought it was something else for a second. That's fine. Let's do one more Terrell, or yeah, one more Terrells. We'll move on to a different quest. Yeah, depends on like how leveled you are. Like a lot of people will do a lot of low-level TTF runs, so like when you're playing without having a group of people, it makes sense. You're gonna end up doing a lot of TTF. I know Hellcleave and I, at least I would assume Hellcleave also doesn't do this. We usually do not play episode 1 for leveling new characters. Try to avoid that. Like we can do it, but just I know I prefer episode 4. And then I think Hellcleave has a lot of fun with Cal's Clock Challenge, depending on the class. But man, oh man, episode 4 is so good. Love me some episode 4. Hunter's only one where it's rough. Yeah, true. You do whatever you can for Hunters. You're playing at the disadvantage. You do whatever you can to level. Hello, random enemy. I don't think I really want to fight you. I'm gonna move into the next room. I'm gonna believe in the team on that one. Oh, is this like the lost music? I don't think I've ever lost in the mini games. I genuinely don't think I've heard this song until now. Interesting. On through the wall, through the wall. There we go. heard me praise episode 4 so much. It's so good. Listen, it's harder to go into from like a completely blank perspective, but oh my gosh, when you have items, it's like, it's a big difference between like a ranger going in with no melee weapons and attempting to like shotgun the satellite lizards, right? Like, it's a very different play experience from that versus like a ranger with even like a guilty light, which is not really hard to get even at low levels, or you know, if they, let alone if they have any endgame items that were given to them, like ooh, night and day. And then obviously Force does whatever Force pleases. Force doesn't care about the feelings of the monsters as they get mowed down by Kapoe's fan. It is definitely Force Heaven for sure. Alright, so I gotta use blue to come back. I guess I could put my Ryuker down briefly. Oh, somebody's already there. Never mind. I don't need to worry about that. First character's Force. Yeah, I mean, like, the big issue is, like, their big hurdle is getting the MST, right? And then followed by getting the techniques. So a lot of their ability to level really depends on your ability to feed the mag. Ooh, the Dragon Kart racing theme. Which, when I hear this, I still can't believe that this is related to Dragon Kart. This sounds like this should be a boss theme. Here. Oops. Push me the other way. That's not what I wanted to do. That's fine. We'll go in a big circle. We'll get there eventually. Drops Guilty Light. Speaking of Guilty Light. Oh, 3 seals. Thank you. I love the text popping up specifically to tell me that I've logged with 3 seals. Thank you, 3 seals. I know you're actually working. You're working overtime in this quest right now. Let me reapply buffs. I think that was my mistake last time to help the team. Yeah, this song is, like, so good. Like, can you believe this is for the cart select in the game? What a ridiculous song. I was like, wow, can you imagine if Mario Kart did this? Ridiculous. Rid of these enemies. Thank you, 3 seals, for pumping my damage and deleting every enemy here. I'm gonna get out of here. Box, nothing of interest down there, but I guess I could kill them while I'm here. Now I guess we'll go into the racing themes. Yep. Yeah, first character, it's more about kind of just taking your time and enjoying the experience. Oh, hey, look, a Guilty Light with hit. So, like, I definitely would say it kind of ruins the experience if you grind early. So it's kind of one of those things where, like, yes, you want to level, but you should take it at the pace that you want to play. But once you get there, once you've done what you wanted to do, after that, it's like, do I really want to play 40, 50 hours just to get another character to 80? No. I'd rather do something more productive with my time. So we'll power level in, like, 3 hours to get a character to 80. We really want to do it. Put a warp down in a second since looks like team is done. Yeah, like, definitely it's like my advice is like, take your time if it's literally your first character. If it's not your first character, there's no reason, especially during an event, to stay low level. Look at that. Speed clear. Yeah, so I'm taking, based off of what you were saying earlier, Light Dragon, you're playing at Pink ID Force. They're not bad. I think it's like, if you're playing purely self-found, they're very useful. Yeah. But I don't know if I like Pink long-term with them. It's one of those ones where, like, I have mixed feelings about it. Like, it helped me when I was playing by myself, but then after that, I'm like, In a lot of similar scenarios, I'd probably just end up playing White ID. Especially Fomoral. Oh my gosh, Fomoral and White ID is so gross. So eventually I'll swap my pink IDs over to that. I do think with events, though, episode 4, kind of nice. Lots of power materials. Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, like, if you're planning on trading a lot of the early advantage of pink ID, which is, like, elemental scepters, pretty much no matter where you go, is negated. And don't get me wrong, like, you could still just play them and, like, host games with them, and you can get a whole bunch of easy opportunities for stuff, like, that are, like, box rares, for example. But overall, it might be a bit hard, depending on which force you are, to do the farms that are actually kind of fun. Like, you'll play, for example, Episode 2 Phantasmal World 2, and you'll probably have more fun with a Ranger there. I guess I'll switch over to Yellow ID. Let's do some sweep ups. So what am I doing? Rush lobby. Uh-oh. One of my buttons unassigned. I think it's unassigned. There we go. Fix that later. Let's go and switch out. I was like, I know I had a shortcut on most of my characters. Yeah, let's do some quick sweep ups. Just to say we did it. It's just not a bad way to get Easter eggs. Yeah, pink ID live in large in Desert Episode 4. So if you're playing like Faux Newman into it, I really like pink ID during events, for example. Brief hydration break. I think they're also not like terrible at like episode 2 runs, but again, like, I don't know if I really enjoy Force in it. I guess it depends on who you play with, whether you have fun with it. Like, they can do Respect of Tomorrow, and you have like an okay amount of pink ID items to get and still get something useful. But if you're doing more like focused hunts, like you're doing things like Seabed in order to specifically get Parasitic Gene Flow, I find myself just picking blue ID or yellow ID almost every time over the other IDs. Ooh, this character is a hodgepodge of abilities. It'll be fun. Surprisingly, is Glide Divine, though. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, forces, if you give them all the materials, they're like, ooh, conquer everything. So it might feel like a bit of a climb now, but man, you just give your next force, like, another mag, and it's just completely over. Hello, Mr. Sinnoh Blue. Ooh, sorry to hear about the AC. Back a couple of Bowies here. Enough time, get smacked in the face. That's actually not terrible lame to Argent odds when it's in the thing. 1 in 800-ish? I did see people doing a little trick here. Oh no, where's my Ryuker? Oh no. Oof, the menu is weird. I'll have to fix that later. I saw people basically putting a Ryuker there before they go into the next room. So that way when we clear a little bit ahead, we just take my telepipe back. I thought it was interesting. I always knew there was like at some point in the quest you had a Ryuker, I just wasn't sure where. Hello, lame to Argent. You know this, but purple no look with Vice been like 3 crazy banners so far. Oh, sorry to hear that. Hopefully you. There's our V101 chance, I guess. And I think once we clear this room, we just telepipe back. Taka, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't usually run this quest, so I'm like sort of experiencing it for the first time in like a year. So I think if somebody telepipes, we could go back to my telepipe. Yeah, once they hit that, I think. Yeah. Perfect. A little bit of a shortcut there. Look at that. Applied knowledge. I'm doing everything else terribly, but we did something sort of right there. We did it. We are the winners. Leave me alone, Mr. Sinnoh Blue. But a poor leveling Phonuman. Like, listen, I will face tank that all day if I need to. Care not about your little punches. It would be very nice if we did get another V101 for the group. I'm happy we got one already, though. So I would say stream goal already accomplished. I got the Heavenly Battle I was looking for. Somebody got a V101. Now we just need to end on, like, a red ring, and we're all good. Mission accomplished. All the checkboxes hit. We'll play, like, one purple ID just for Alcleve. Get him a nice Vice. Apparently there's just a mag on the floor. Red color. Actually, I think I do want to go back to them. Committing mag neglect. Yeah, as am I. I'm like, listen, they're hungry, but they shall go wanting. Nice deletion. It was nice to see, there's a video I posted in my Discord. Oh, hello, Fennec. Video I posted on my Discord regarding, this particular quest. I really like to see the use of the hunters in general in this kind of quest. It's interesting to see them disking these cannabins, for example, or deciding to do the magic laser light show and to beat everything with the parasitic gene flow sword. All good. I do like that the enemy, the Sinnoh, when it flips and then lands, gives you a lot of time to do the strike from that sword. I do think that was kind of neat. Alright, so the switch is up there. I will gladly take another Tri-Flu to save me money later. Yeah, like for example, when they were there, they would just like either Diska in there or they would do some other crazy shenanigans, depending on the setup. A lot of use of the LNK combat Gatling gun. A nice preview of things. Oh no, not the management song. Not gonna lie, that was one of the weakest parts of Yakuza 7. That minigame sucked. So boring. Feared Master Ravens would also be nice. One can dream. I'm letting you know, Chad. I remember playing this minigame in 7, and I was just like, why can you not fast forward and skip all of the animations? Why is it like a 20-second wait every time you do something? Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Why is there no full animation skip? Why? Yeah, like this group, I think they use Jaya, for example. It's interesting to see. And then they would get in close, and then there'd be like one person on each side of the circle, and there's just nuke every enemy that spawned here. It's always kind of interesting to see, like, you're playing like one quest over and over and really grinding it out. Like the strats you come up with to save time. That's what PSO ends up being. You first play it just to experience it, and then it's like, how do I do it better? And sadly, sometimes it takes a long time before you're given the permission to do better. It might require some annoying to hunt items. It's like, it's easy. Just use SJS to kill all the robots when they're in the sky. So when you have a CLJ sword, just swing it, it's fine. Goodbye, Photon Drops. Hello, Barans. Man, that thing got exploded. Goodbye. Yeah, we'll do this quest a couple times. I did list this on my quest list. Like, I didn't list, I think, every sweep up, but this is one of the ones I remember explicitly writing about. I put, like... Did I put purple for value? I don't remember. It's been a while. I definitely put yellow, and I put lame to argent. That's what I put in there, I think. If I had edited it after they did the other update. It is what it is. Yeah, we'll do a couple of those, and then... I don't think I'll go super late night tonight. As I said before, I had a 6:30 work start, so I am feeling it. I'm attempting to commentate with mixed results. So we'll do a couple more of these, and then we might switch over to Red ID TTF. That way we could say, hey, we took advantage of multiple quest types, but we're gonna go back to some classics. And I particularly like Red ID TTF because we could kill so many enemies and do all those checks, and it's also egg checks, which is kind of nice. Like that lone diamond in my inventory. I'm gonna go drop. There we go. I better just do this. So, we'll see where we go with PSO projects in the future. I don't know how much I'll end up doing, because even though I am going on vacation next week, I would much rather play the game with people on Easter than make a video about PSO during my vacation. So if I have future vacation days that are not lined up with an event, I might do a couple of videos here or there related to PSO. Every Euchre is so deep in that menu, it's so awkward. Yeah, I'd like that if you stood like right against the gate to stop yourself from sliding. You actually had a good disc of precision. That I think I might want to learn. If I ever want to bring a HuCast here, when we go to level the HuCast and actually have more than one key to play, I definitely want to learn that tactic. It look kind of cool. Jose found a Rifoe level 30. Congratulations. Well, that wasn't on my bingo, but congratulations. And it's Rifoe too, so it's probably the best one you could get outside of... No, it probably is the best one, to be honest with you, other than maybe Rifoe. There you go. Just gotta believe, Chan. So we got something that should be arguably much rarer than Red Ring on streams. That's interesting. Enemies are just melting. So I'll take whoever is gonna warp out. Here we go. I guess if I'm hitting the switch, I don't have to take the warp. But definitely for the other people, they can just immediately warp back and take my warp. They only have to wait for me to hit the switch. Oh, Mazer Beam. Only had something to hit that, I was gonna say. I wish Tex actually hit those switches. It's so sad. I feel like forces were cheated. Zon should have been able to hit that and actually do damage. Oh no, vocals. I don't even recognize this. Oh no, is there a minigame I didn't play? I'm just doing all question marks. I don't even recognize this song. Whatever, at least the vocals are down for now. Thank you, Blue Donna, for telling us who was the Star of Destiny here. Certainly something. Yeah, I didn't go through 100% all the mini games. I play Yakuza because I like a combination of the story, and then sometimes I just like seeing ridiculous things happen, either with the physics or otherwise. But some of the mini games, I'm like, I don't know about that. Goodbye, Sinnohs. Yeah, there are so many card games I picked up from Yakuza to try to learn them in order to complete their stupid objectives. I'm like, listen, I just want to fight the bonus boss. I don't really want to play the baseball minigames or learn how to play some of these card games, but here we are. One day we will succeed. Lesson buff. Freeze. Gonna play that Pirate Yakuza game with Majima? You know what? I don't know. I'll think about it. It doesn't seem like my kind of game. I'm willing to try it for a little bit. Nice, you even got an X-Cal. Wow. Wow, Phantom down. Ooh, it even came with Machine. Nice. Gotta get your Volt Up beat stick. So I would say definitely mission accomplished in terms of rares today. I mean, should we just do one more? Wow, I can't believe I got the shock status ailment. Get outplayed, Brands. 10 out of 10, chat. I'm so sad these robots are weak to fire and not lightning at high difficulties. It is really funny seeing lightning actually just like stun lock them and do massive damage in lower difficulties. I mean, like, I played through 7 and I didn't think I would like 7. And to be fair, the turn-based combat was definitely the weakest part of the game outside of like the management minigame, which was terrible. Like, everything else about it was good. I liked the soundtrack. I liked the plot. I thought some of the side stories were interesting, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I will just always prefer active time combat. Maybe it's from years of playing PSO, who knows. It's either that or playing like actually really high-end RPGs. So whenever I have like a jank RPG, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of like when I first played, like, for example, the first game I played was Yakuza 0 in the series. And it gave me, like, it was both a whiplash, yet it was, like, a perfect representation of everything to expect in Yakuza. So, like, I originally thought it was, like, one of the weakest parts was the opening, and then, like, I went to play it again, and I'm like, no, this is actually the perfect representation of Yakuza. Like, I'm not a big fan of, like, forced minigames to proceed. So, like, Yakuza 0, for those that don't know, starts with, like, a karaoke minigame. Like, almost one of the first things that you do is that. And I'm like, really? I'm like, I thought that was about this. And then you go through, the most ridiculous series of events as he attempts to leave the Yakuza. And I'm like, yes, never mind. You brought me back into the fold. I understand now. Oh, dame, yeah. Gotta get the dame. But it's one of those things where it's just, I don't care about the meme stuff with it, to be honest with you. There were some things in there that were, like, actually genuinely pretty fun. I really like the combat in 0. Or Mr. Shakedown, when you go from, like, learning the system and it's like, look out, there's this guy roaming the streets, he's gonna take all your money if you lose. And then, like, within like a couple hours of getting used to the combat system, he just becomes known as like the walking wallet. Like, you're like, hold on, I need 100 million yen. Let me just go mug this guy repeatedly. Like, ah, yes. Where my favorite one is whenever they're like, Kiryu never killed anybody in like the timeline of Kiryu, and then you see like some of these cutscenes in 0, and you're like, okay. You're like, okay. Especially when you play the rail shooter portion of 0 and you cause a helicopter crash and it explodes. You're like, I guess if you just permanently put them in a coma, I guess you don't technically kill them? Question mark. It was like, oh, remember that time Kiryu shot down a helicopter with a handgun? Yeah, that didn't kill anybody somehow, question mark. It's those invisible parachutes, you just didn't see him fail. It just becomes funnier in context. There's some things that I think are, like, very memeable for the other ones, where the plot twist is so stupid that it's like, it just takes you out of the game instantly. Like, for people that have played the series before, you just have to go into a forum and just say rubber bullets. You don't have to give any other context. They'll know exactly what that means, and it will tilt people off the face of the planet. That was a really stupid plot point in 4. Stuff like that. Like, just, they're memorable, sometimes for good reasons, sometimes for bad. But yeah, I really like the Kuze fights in particular in 0. I mean, the whole first time where he's in the sewers, inexplicably on a motorcycle, is like one of the best parts of the game. Just hands down. It was ridiculous. And I like that, like, if you view them from like a high level, the way he addresses you and the way you address him evolves over time as he slowly gains respect for the character. I really like having that evolution in the dialogue in very over-the-top scenes. And I like that kind of gradual switch as you get towards the end of the game. Stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go... my menuing is terrible here. I need to put Ryuker way lower on that list. Either that or just use my quick menu, because that is just too much menuing. But yeah, I mean, at this point I played through 0 to 7, but I skipped 6. Because I really did like 6. I don't know how I got through 3. 3 was also a struggle, but I really did not like 6. It's like, listen, there are several things I'm willing to do. Monitor the baby is not on my top 10 list of things I want to do in video games. I'm just gonna put it out there. That took me out of the game real quick. Like, I'm not feeling it. Yeah, like, none of them are, like, perfect. And, you know, I think in some ways it is fun to talk about them and that they are kind of, like, diamonds in the rough. You're like, why did they do this? You're like, I know. I don't know why they did this. It's a very questionable decision. Or, like, the increasingly funny ending of Yakuza 2, where somehow everybody... You know, I'm not... There we go. Oh, basically everybody ended up being the mastermind. That was really unintentionally funny, for those that have not seen it. There are like 3 separate scenes where somebody appears magically on a rooftop behind another person and goes, I am the mastermind. And then they're like, no, I knew you would do this and I'm the mastermind. And it does it very unironically. That kind of stuff I find very funny. Will I see that on forums? Probably not. But it's that kind of stuff where it's like, I like it because it is dumb at points, but there are some genuinely good moments in those games. After punching a tiger to death, I was sold. Yeah, it was something else. Yeah, there's things in the game that are not stream safe, or else I would probably stream the early Yakuzas. I still think overall I like Judgment, either number 1 or number 2, and that's only competing with Yakuza 0. If it wasn't for some of the mini games in 0, I would have put 0 like cleanly above everything. Some of those mini games were just not to mention not stream safe on top of that. So I'm like, it makes it so hard to recommend knowing those things are in the game. I don't know. It's so awkward. At least they stopped doing that kind of stuff later on. Goodbye, Sinnoh Blue. Gaiden was the worst. Is that the one you're a samurai? I don't think I've played that one yet. I'll let you know, Calvisha. I just completed 0 to 7. I completed 7 not that long ago. I beat Judgment and lost Judgment. Lost Judgment was very, very disappointing to me, especially given how much I like Judgment. Oh, that was a tease. I thought I got Lim to Argent. I just got a Venect. Damn. Oh well, it is what it is. So it's just kind of one of those things where... I guess it depends on how minigame heavy. That'll usually sway how much I like or dislike the game. And Lost Judgment was very minigame heavy. Oh, that's the last one with Kiryu. Oh, okay. I haven't played it yet. I still gotta play through... I guess Gaiden might technically be next? I forget when they stopped numbering things. I guess it was after 7. Goodbye, Baran. Hello, Sinnoh Red. That's my face. So I think those are kind of interesting discussions in terms of like, how would you fix the plot in some of the Yakuza games? Like there are some moments where I had a lot of fun, even in the ones that I didn't like as much, and like they're worth like revisiting to some extent up to certain points. I do find that hard to say for 3 though. 3 and 6 were really testing me. I was just like, I don't know what spurred me on to get through 3. I think maybe I was reading that there was like finally, you know, multi-style combat similar to how I learned things in 0. Maybe that's why I ended up completing that game. It was not worth it to me. Okay, are these just like all... Are these like the karaoke songs? Is that why I don't know what these are? I'm gonna go pause the soundtrack for a second. Do Yakuza 0. OST complete, sorry chat. So we're kind of just getting all vocals at this point. I'd rather just move on. There we go. Like, I actually like 7, and I do think the RPG was the worst part, but I actually did like 7 more than a lot of the other Yakuza. If I'm being real honest with you, Calvisham, I would play that over almost every other one that is not 0, or maybe 4. I think like the mediocre combat, well, not mediocre combat, I feel like the ones that had the weaker story, I just have no reason to replay over the ones where I both like the story and the music, and also like the gameplay. I don't know if I would play it like over a Judgment, but for me it's like a solid, I guess, 3rd. But like there's no way I'm playing Legend Mode 3 or Legend Mode 4 ever again. Holy, that was such a mistake. The prison scene with the snipers is terrible. Boss was really unfun too. Stakes for mid. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna switch over. Oh, hello, Dark Fluids. Oh no, I'm being trolled. You're putting items right near the shop. There we go. Now I can use the bag. I mean, they could do whatever spin-offs they want. I don't see any issue with it. It's just more... My big disappointment with 7 was that, like, maybe they fix it in the next one, but, like, man, the RPG elements needed so much more polishing. I think it wanted to be, like, almost a semi-tactic game, right? Where you're, like, trying to figure out enemy weaknesses, and you're trying to do, like, AoEs versus single target. But then they made, like, the completely awful decision of just letting enemies random roam while you're attacking. And I'm like, this is why they don't do this in RPGs. So, like, you line up an AoE, and then during the cutscene of your attack, they just walk out of it. And you're like, really? Why is this a thing? I have so many questions. And I think that's fair. You're allowed to question when stuff like that happens. Like, this is actually jank. Where my favorite is, like, if they knock you over and attacks don't have right hitboxes. So sometimes bosses will just miss you when a henchman trips you. Had a very funny, unintentionally funny scene where I was fighting in a bar versus one of the early bosses, and I got knocked down by something, and then the enemy got knocked down trying to hit me, and it was just like 5 people, because I kept skipping animations, just all ended up whipping each other back to back because of the jank hitboxes. Like, they weren't even doing evasion with stats, they just physically couldn't hit each other. Like, they kept activating flame too soon and stuff like that. It was a series of failures, for sure. So I have some amusement from it, don't get me wrong. But I definitely think from the standpoint, like, a lot of things that I would consider iconic in the series were just kind of missing in the version. So it feels like this was kind of a rough draft kind of game for 7, which is a shame. Do some TTF. There's, yes, speaking of Summit Moon, I was like, I knew I had it on somebody. I had a feeling it was this character. Yes, you have a 35% machine. I'm hoping for a stronger machine percentage, Red Saber, at some point. I think I could technically stun lock. So yeah, and it's kind of similar. Like I wouldn't play 3 both for plot and also the combat. I really did not like the combat in 3. I think a big issue with that game in particular was when I first played it, they didn't patch the frame rate, and then that's when I learned frame rate was an issue with that game. I was like, oh no, I learned the problem of PC ports the hard way, where certain things were actually uncompletable because the frame rate wasn't properly capped. Where enemies would just like magic magnet hand suction you into like insane attacks that you can't get out of because they accidentally let the frame rate go too high. I remember trying to do at one point, it was like a running mini game. I'll let the team clear that. I'll move ahead. I remember it was like just a very simple escape sequence, and I couldn't do it because they just physically ran faster than me. It was very funny. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is not completable as is. Like, actually, genuinely, not joking with you, uncompletable. Where there was like a dumb mini game where you were like using the restroom and you had to like hit it to complete the mini game, but like it also wouldn't work. Certainly something. Series is wild. Oh, realized team was still clearing those out. So typically speaking, we'll at least clear out the Bartles. It's really up to you if you want to do the Barbles and the Talos. It's more how badly you want a Red Saber. Does someone want to beat people up with a bike side while saying I don't kill anyone? Oh, you mean in comparison to Yakuza 7? I mean, like, allegedly they're all not killers. Allegedly. And then you witness something like Spicy Knife with with Kiryu, and you're like, ah, yes, the most non-lethal of takedowns. Huh. That was interesting. Nice photon draw. Ooh. Oh, I don't have my Gazan merge. Boy, whatever. Guess I'm red servering the boss. Let chat dupe slimes. Maybe help clear this room out a little. Definitely should have brought cycle 1 here. It is what it is. I'll at least clear this out. Extra checks. Yeah, maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but I'm also kind of glad to not have Kiryu as the protagonist. I'll be honest with you, he did his time in 0, 1, and 2. I don't feel like he should have been in basically any of the other games, to be honest with you. Just kind of like, it is what it is. Red sword. Like, wait a minute, only one of these goes to progress. There's one you throw people on the 5th floor of the building, they're fine. I mean, as I said before, it's all invisible parachutes. They're all fine. You just don't see it. They're off screen. They're fine. He just hospitalized somebody for life. No big deal. Yeah, he's not killed them. He's just rendered them unable to exist as they were. Forever. know, Heart of Sorcerer's Cane. That would have been good. Yeah. I mean, 3 was kind of about his retirement. 4 was he just kind of got roped into things. 5, he had so little to do with the plot. He was like the shortest chapters. And he was like, bad things happening, let's go. And that was essentially his contribution to the plot. He really did not need to be there. I probably would have liked it more if they just replaced him with anybody else. I don't mind him showing up for cameos, but man, it's just like... how many times is he going to be roped into this? It's stretching believability. Like Kiryu, the problem is all the other games I don't want to be Yakuza and stuff to fed Yakuza plot. Yeah. I mean, I think there's only 2 Yakuza game where you're actually in Yakuza, I think for 1 through 7. The other is you don't even re-enter the Yakuza, or it ends before any plot point begins, which is really funny. Isn't that wild? Like, he just leaves the Yakuza so early in the game. It's just like, it's called Yakuza, but it actually is not about him being in Yakuza. What a game. I guess we could technically kill the guild checks. I thought about if I wanted to stay behind and kill them in the other room, but it's like, at least heal. Alright, so step 1, make sure my dry fluids is there. Step 2, make sure my Gazond is there. Good. Heal for everybody. I'll give it a shot. Oh my gosh, Chad, am I doing it? Camera? Yeah, first try. Nice. Look at that, Chad, I did it. The first instance of skill on my screen. From me, specifically. Oh, team's doing well, I'm doing terrible. But from that standpoint, I think they expected to stop at the first. They had no idea what to do after the ending of 2. And you could tell they switched writers. And then you could tell they were upset at the reception of 3. Because they literally have a mini game, or not mini game, I think they have I think it's in 0, or is it in 5? I don't remember. One of those 2 games. They have a whole side quest talking about how 3 just was misunderstood for its time. Oh my gosh, it was like Paradise Riders or something. So obnoxious. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay, Yakuza. Listen, it was a bad game. Don't try to gaslight me. Game was not worth playing. Alright, Chana, that's a big eye roll moment from me. I was like, oh, okay. I got excited when I heard the rare, then I saw what it was. Excitement over. Oh, oop. I realized people were done already. Better than nothing. I'm getting my Disca checks in, don't mind me. The Disca is so sad. And since I'm here, let's do this. This check I only do if it's an event, because the calls are generally not worth my time. I'll just take a telepipe whenever the team is ready. Actually, I might make it there before they kill the Darkbringers. There we go. Nice little full clear. Minus those 4 Arlen, which I guess we technically could have killed, I guess. Summit Moon on. only kind of remember playing 1 and 2. See, it's like, I didn't enjoy the combat system in 2, but I was mostly fine with the plot, up until the end, where it was a very hilarious train wreck. But from the standpoint of, like, 1, I think I liked the idea of, like, Majima everywhere. I didn't like experiencing Majima everywhere. I guess the best way to frame it. I just found it like, oh, I can't unlock any abilities because I just haven't seen Majima in a while. And also, when I'm arbitrarily trying to heal after I'm doing something actually serious in the plot, I'll just get ambushed at, like, the Burger King equivalency. Like, oh, this is exactly what I don't want to do right now. Ooh. Well, this is one of my favorite songs. This minigame was probably one of my favorite because of how ridiculous it was, where the mannequins were armed with the miniguns. So good. Coming up to my favorite guitar part. I should go back to Glide Divine and actually just spam. Rip. Oof, team buffs. Dead teammates. No, I couldn't reach. Those are too far apart. I love Majima, but that was too much Majima. I think the thing is I actually like Majima so much more in Zero, and I just didn't really like him in the other games. Which is kind of funny, because I guess in a way, they just kind of made a character that was not at all the character that originally was the basis of said character. But I actually just like that character so much more in Zero before he went to the crazy side. And like, people can have fun with it. Like, it's fine. He could be like the stupid character that like headbutts the desk and he thinks that causes the elevator to work, etc. But it's just one of those things where it was like, man, so sad. Nice level up. $50-hit demon arm. So sad. We're getting teased, chat. It's so close. It's in the right ballpark. Not quite it. Look at a Psycho Wand. That way it can at least contribute a little more on one of the other phases. There we go. Yeah, Zero is probably the only one I tried to, like, really spend a lot of time doing, but I just couldn't beat the baseball minigame. I'm not gonna lie, that did sour my opinion towards the game slightly. Not to mention the rail shooter. Ugh. Oh, the tracking speed on the controller was horrible. I was like, oh my gosh. I was watching, it was like, if we could get the mouse on screen, it's like when you hold left or right, it's like, oh, we're aiming. Oh. It's like, come on, this is so slow. I'm going to die. That's how I felt while playing that game. So crazy. Put Cycle Wand on. You 100%ed every game? I did not 100% every game. Zero, I never beat the baseball minigame. I was like, listen, I didn't understand it at all. I understood every other one after that, but Zero's, I'm like, listen, I don't know how to tell the difference between the pitches or where you're supposed to aim. Then the later ones, they're like, oh, here's the box where you can see where the shot is coming. And I'm like, oh, this is infinitely easier than what was in Zero. It's so unfortunate. It is what it is. I think the only game that I got all the way to the bonus boss on was 7 and Judgment. I think those are the only two. Because I definitely played ones where I'm like, oh, I'm definitely going to 100% it. And then I'm like, oh, I really don't want to do the hunting minigame. I really don't want to do that. Like, oh. Gonna hard pass on that one, please. I don't know where that luck material is, but I'm so sorry, chat. I'm gonna look for it. Oh, it's near you guys. Guess I could have teleported. My bad. I thought it was closer to the door. It's one of the ones. It's one of those ones where I will go hunt for it. It is the luck material. It's worth hunting for. Dajima the bear fight is really a Yakuza moment. I did not like that character start to finish, Calvisham. That was one of the most unpleasant experiences on higher difficulties. And I was very upset. They did not balance him very well. It really is like, if you don't choose the right skill at the beginning, he's unplayable. Like, just genuinely unplayable. It's so sad. I was like, you know what's fun? Playing a slow wrestler character, fighting snipers, and then he also fights the high evasive electric Stanfa guy immediately. I'm like, hey, this would normally be like a mid-boss to the game, or like a near endgame enemy. Why am I fighting this with no upgrades? I'm like, oh, am I gonna try to throw him? Oh wait, he's immune to throw. Again, I don't know how much of that was due to frame rate issues, because I played them pretty early. But yeah, throws were literally impossible when I played. I could get him in like the special throws, but like any normal throws, like no, it's not happening. It's so sad. Like, no thank you, I'm never doing that again. It's like, I wanna do it. These guys. You. I just really don't know what they were thinking. It's like there's not really any place to get experience, and then on top of that, you also can't get healing items. And it's like a brand new character, and he's really slow, and all they do is do the most annoying gimmicks on a character with very limited dodge abilities. It's like, wow, this is just a decision. I don't think I would have minded it if I was the first character, because the first character is like actually genuinely broken, start to finish. Put a Ryuker down. It was like borderline unplayable on PC, and I did not have fun with the early stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say, if Kirk was here, Kirk would be my witness. It was not possible for me to escape throws, nor did any throw in the game work when I played 3, and 4 was like that for a while too. Like, just actually, genuinely, it didn't work. And then there was like ridiculous magnet hands, Calvisham, where they were like a character width from me, and they would do the throw animation and I would suck into it. It was quite obnoxious. I'm like, what is happening? This is something. So Kirk and I just called him like, oh no, I'm getting magnet handed again. Full screen. Life is unfair. So yeah, for people that were trying to downplay the issues of the frame rate, I'm like, listen, I played it before the patch that was like actually unplayable. It definitely got better after the patch, but it still felt like really jank at points. I think I had to set it to like 30. 30. I did limit it somehow. I don't remember what the setting was. Yeah, I didn't play any of the original versions. As I said before, it made things go kind of weird so that some things were not completable. The only other game where I've had that happen was Saints Row 3, where the game was actually uncompletable due to frame rate issues for me. I had to do like the weirdest resolution changes to make the frame rate slow down enough that I could complete the game. It's kind of weird. So it's like, I have experienced jank before. Yeah, I like to call Yakuza 3 Blocking Simulator 3. Because when I played, throws didn't work, and there's nothing I could do to beat their guards. So I'm just like, I guess I'm gonna wait patiently, because nothing I do matters. I'm like, will you politely drop your guard? Although, as I said before, Sajima's special throws worked, so if like I comboed into the throw, that worked. But like nobody else's throws worked in the game. It was very sad. That whole button didn't exist. Switch to Red Saber. Go. Yeah, I used to play the games like off stream, and some people would watch. So like Chris has seen me play a couple, Rick has seen me play pretty much all of them at this point. So it's definitely interesting. Oops, I did not have the right menu open. That was my fault. I think I reestablished the lock. I guess that works. You know what? He's still on the first monitor. I'll consider this a win. There we go. It was just a delayed loop. Yeah, as I said before, 3 probably had the most jank possible when I played. Like, that game actually... I had to actually wait for the patch to complete. And then 4, they eventually updated. They released them all around the same time. If I remember correctly, on the PC specifically. Yeah, like I thought the Amon fight for Judgment was hard because I just never fought a boss that actually cared about what stance you were in. So it took me a while to figure out how he worked. So it was kind of a puzzle, which I guess is somewhat interesting. Like, obviously, if you then look it up, then most of the challenge is not there. But, like, experiencing it for the first time and it's using mechanics that are literally not relevant at any other point in the playthrough, I'm like, oh, that's how that works. Interesting. Then the Lost Judgment one was really sad. I think I first tried it. I don't remember trying very hard to beat that. And then 7, I guess I technically beat him on. I mean, I beat the final dungeon. I just didn't do the level 99 dungeon because I just didn't care. I'm like, listen, I beat the final dungeon. I don't really want to grind at 99 on the first playthrough. I'm good. I'm not doing a new game plus just to do one more dungeon. You're like, sorry, not interested. The extent of my interest is only so far. I did as much as I wanted to in the first playthrough. I don't remember what game it was. There was one that mostly used Tiger Stop because so many dodges. I mean, that's most of the early ones, to be honest. I want to say 0, 4, and 5. I basically only Tiger Stop. And then I feel like I played one and never unlocked it? Question mark. It's okay in 2. It had its purpose. I just don't think it was as broken as it was in the other games. Yeah, like 4, like I don't know how much you played. I don't know what the differences are between like the PlayStation version and the PC version, but man, 4, that starting protagonist was one of the most broken characters of all time. I would say the only person that is arguably more broken is like a fully maxed Kiryu in 0. That character had like infinites with no upgrades. It was shenanigans, Calvisham. Shenanigans. How long his combos went on. I'm like, why can he OTG? He shouldn't be able to OTG. Wait, when do they ever get? When do they ever get a turn? Wait, wait, I can just wall bounce them now? Now that I got like 1 upgrade? Oh, it's over. The infinite is real. Yes, it is the kick loan guy. Yeah, as the first character, I was like, I genuinely did like 150 something in combo as the character. I was like, his combo never ends. Every time I think it's over, I'm just like, nope. Gets another wall reset for no reason. And then it was funny because like the only challenge in the game was the final boss, because they put something in to stop you from infiniting explicitly, but then like it only works half of the time. So like the first time I fought him, he managed to get into the stage because I didn't get the infinite right away, and I'm like, oh wait, I might actually have to learn how to play. And then he dropped a stance and I just infinited him, and I was like, oh, never mind. I don't have to learn how to play this character anymore. I'm like, get wall bounce, flip kick, repeat over and over. There's nothing they can do about it. It's so sad. There's like so many moves that look like they shouldn't work, and they do. What a character. Although, to be fair, I think also the 4th character in that lineup was also insanely silly broken. Like, in terms of, like, easy mode, he's the character that just kind of, like, auto-attacked if you hit them while you're pressing the guard. But, like, the window in which they could hit you and it would still activate was insane. Like, you could measure it in solid seconds. Like, at one point I did it, like, 3 seconds in advance, and I still parried. Just like, okay. I don't know what they were thinking with that character. And again, maybe it was a frame rate issue. I don't know. I just know that I had the world's widest opportunity. Like, I could see them holding the punch, getting ready to throw it. And I'm like, I'm just gonna press it now. Still parry. It's like, okay. This character is actually untouchable, except against projectiles. What a world. So we'll do a couple more TTF. I'm willing to do at least 2 more. And I think we've put in a sufficient amount of hours of PSO. Oh, Forest Plot was terrible, Calvisham. That one still makes me feel salty. Like, the fact that the rubber bullets thing is somehow not the dumbest plot point in that game is like, it blew my mind when I played it. I'm like, no, there's no way there's something worse than rubber bullets. There was. Like, I love that because there is a plot point in that game where the lone guy actually just forgets to lock his safe, and that triggers like one of the end game plot points. And I'm like, how? Especially when you see what it is, you're like, how would you not? What? Yeah. One of those things, I don't know. easy. Oops, wrong spell. Goodbye, Barbles. I will hunt you for red sabers, because I actually do want one. Also, that's... yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna take a little Ryuker here. Nice. Yeah, I feel like if they're waiting for me to clear the first room, I don't think shifting matters that much, to be honest. Get rid of these. Zap zaps. Wait around a little bit. Yeah, like I could just always mention something questionable about the games. Don't get me wrong, I mostly have fun with them, but there's definitely sections where I'm like, this is not for me. If this had been like my cold open into the series, I would have been like, yeah, I would stop playing at this point. 4 was definitely the Prison Break. 5 was playing as Haruka. I mean, 6 literally made me stop playing because of the baby. I kind of got tired of that plot point real quick. 25-bit Valkyrie, nice. 2 unfortunately had a very big bug on the PC. I don't know if they ever fixed it. It's one of those ones where you're supposed to like charge up and you have super armor, but like something broke with it where like if you started getting hit with it, you couldn't exit the stance until somebody knocked you down or you died. So one of the late game upgrades made the game actually not playable for me, and that's the only reason I didn't do the Amon fight. Because holding this square button slightly too long could result in me standing still and dying. It was very, very unfortunate, I would like to say. So sad. Really? Are they chaining the paralysis? That's annoying. Cleared those out. There we go, I helped. My buffs. First game is just kind of interesting. The game can choose the best dragon from there and let me slam the door on the next enemy. Oh, I was gonna say, we respect the walk back for the egg. You do what you want for the egg. We understand. We're not here to do any time attack records. We're here just to get items as we do TTF. I will say I did not like Devil May Cry. So for me, I'm like, ooh, I did not like that combat. Something about it never clicked for me. I don't know if it was like the pressure-based combat or just because I played like the first game and the first game plays somewhat different compared to the others. I also definitely do not like being graded as I play. I really don't like that. I want to be able to judge my run on my own merits. Like, I want to set the score on my own terms. I don't want to be judged like literally every combat in every chapter. That feels really terrible. So it's like, I wouldn't be playing to enjoy it at that point, because it's just like, oh, I didn't get S rank, better reset, because I'm not going to get something, because I didn't get a high enough rank. I don't like it. I played those kinds of games a long time ago, and I'm like, I never want to play them again if I can avoid them. Well, I didn't really enjoy games like Suikoden and Tactics. Especially if they tie, like, really good items into getting those S ranks. So therefore, if you're even, like, if you get an A rank, you don't get the item that makes S ranks easier going forward. That kind of stuff is just not for me. No thank you. Oh, I don't have room to be a Ben Egg. That's sad. a random trap in the hallway. Yeah, like, you know, there's Advanced Wars that locks you out of the true ending if you don't S-rank everything. Bayonetta locks you out of stuff if you don't get the S-ranks. Mega Man, the Zero Series games lock you out of abilities if you don't get S-rank. There's a lot of examples of that, just to be very clear, where that is a thing. So it's like, do I really want to play long enough to find out that I didn't get something? Because a lot of these games do this. And I'm like, no. I don't feel like learning if each individual game does it. I just don't like it as a practice. Oh, that... I was gonna say, my lightning definitely struck. It was just maybe like a couple frames too slow. It's so sad. I saw my lightning physically strike the screen. I felt a little robbed there. I got a stun lock on this screen at least. My buffs. Yeah, like in PSO, I don't really care because like he can give me whatever rank I want. I just know it's arbitrary nonsense. It's not really gonna change if I get a double S versus an S because I don't care what the game has to say for that. But when it starts tying like actual rewards to it, like no, I don't like that. Claws. Might as well do the claw check since I'm here. Could in theory go back to kill those Arlins for more Disca chances, but fine, I'll just climb up here. I was gonna say, me and competitive nature, I don't enjoy competitive games anymore. I've moved on from that phase. I'm not interested. Bump, bump, bump. Get rid of these. Check the claws. Cycle 1 speeding this up a little bit. It's like it potentially gave Chad an egg. I see them coming back for something, or a luck material. So yeah, we'll do one more run after this. I mean, the way I view it, we're coming in at like 10 minutes on a very boosted clear. I'm kind of okay with that time-wise. Like, that's where I'm looking to be. Did we get there before the 10-minute mark? Yes, it's fine. We did like 60 to 80 extra enemy kills depending on what we do. Like, this is fun. I understand I didn't care much for it being great after first played it on my S ranks after including the M5. Yeah, it's kind of like. And the thing is, too, is, like, we're the one where it's, like, it's monetary only. The problem is, like, if you don't get the S rank, then, like, if you were already kind of struggling, then you end up with, like, less rewards. So it's kind of you just kind of fail harder because you didn't do well with what it gave you. Therefore, you now have even less to do the next stage. Like, I mean, that's... It's just one of those things. Like, I'm just like, If it's at like at the end of the game, I don't really care. Like in an Onimusha, do I care if I got an A rank or a B rank after beating the game? No. Because it didn't impact my playthrough. I would say for like optional time challenges, it makes sense. Like the trials in Onimusha are also fine like that. But like me casually going through the plot, I should not be graded like every single step of the way. It's kind of annoying. I have to consent to the grading, I guess is the best way to put it. Only then will I accept it. Go ahead and debuff here. Boink. Oh, let's get a nice heal going. I think the team's got this, so I'm gonna lie to mine. That's not true for DMC just because the game gives you a lot in the missions, but I understand. Yeah, but again, that kind of goes into the other half of the conversation, Calvisham. I really did not like the combat at DMC. Nothing about it clicked for me. I think they had a similar combat in Metal Gear Rising, and that also did not click with me, like, in the slightest. I just didn't feel the combos at all. I'm like, should I be doing light presses? Should I be doing heavy presses? Oh, I pressed it too long, so I got the heavy, but I meant to just do light. I was just trying to time it. Stuff like that. I'd rather it just be another button. It's just kind of like, I'm like, am I really are we really pushing our buttons to the limit by having pressure sensitive combos? I don't really enjoy those. That was also in Sengoku Basara. And that character was like one of my weakest characters for those same reasons where I'm like, ugh, I gotta perfect time it and it's pressure sensitive. I don't know about that. X Like Dragon says, as a former competitive player, I feel the same. I just want to play for fun and not competitive aspect. Yeah, it's like, it's like, I already go through like enough at work. I really don't want to, I really don't want to deal with this. Like, please don't grade me constantly. Especially if it's like, oh, I messed up and took a lot of damage. Oh, you get the C rank. I'm like, yep, I don't need you to tell me if I messed up the boss encounter. Trust me. Cool. Let's put these away. Never played DMC 2. I mean, I'm never gonna play them, so, like, as I said before, I played part of the first game, and it was like, I got a couple stages in, and I was like, I'm gonna pass. I saw enough. It's like, I worked hard to get where I'm at. I don't want every single moment of my life to be a competition at that point. It's like, I passed the threshold. I don't need to prove anything to anybody at this point. I'll do what I want to do. That is winning the competition. It is the power of choice, so I choose not to do those. Just like, no thanks. I'm like, listen. At the end of the day, I'm like, I'm going to be playing PSO just to hang out with people. Hopefully get them some more red rings on this run. But, nah, nothing about ranks. You're breathing too fast, you need to slow down to get any rank of breathing. It feels like that sometimes. First game is very clunky for Day. I think to anyone starting, go forward. I was gonna say. You're not telling me on the Calvisha. It's kind of like, there's certain things that will happen in video games where I'm like, yeah, this game is not for me. We were playing Blasphemous earlier, and I'm like, that whole win section, and just between needing to time the jumps and or just getting hit once by an enemy, dying, and then needing to spawn at some other save point, I'm like, this game is not for me. I'm like, listen, I got other things I want to do. I want to be somewhat challenged. Or if it's a story-oriented game, I'm not playing it for the difficulty, right? It's like, I'm going to play for one of the two things. Do I like the action or do I like the story? Sometimes I get a mix of both. We call those fun surprises. But like, ultimately, do I really want a turn-based game to be like a grind, like every time, where I'm like, oh no, I better figure out like the 30 weaknesses and all these other super combos in order to have a chance against, like, no, I don't. There is a means to an end. It is a vehicle in which to progress the plot. I don't think it's that interesting to make it ultra hard, nor do I really want to sit there and grind. So like, I will just attempt to go from point A to point B. If I see something at point C that looks interesting, maybe I'll detour, maybe we'll do the side quests, but I don't feel obligated to do them. Actually, pretty fast clear. Yeah, it's like, I think like it is naturally like, if you like a game, then it makes sense to go back and improve it. If you're not sure what it is, like, you're just gonna take it at your own pace. And the moment something starts dictating pace to me, I'm like, no. Like, knock it off. Just like, I don't even know if I like you yet. Do I really want to spend time honing mechanics on something I might not ultimately like because you've now forced the system upon me? The answer is usually no. I'm sure there are some exceptions. I can't think of any offhand. But most of the time, it'll turn me off within the first hour and a half of playing. There we go. Eyeball nerves. There we go. This time I got a better pattern, where they're not just alternating paralysis. I think I need to just stand closer to the middle. I think I have enough time to kill these dragons. Although, not how slow ice is in multiplayer. There we go. Teleport too early. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute, wrong player. There we go, nice little buffs there. Yeah, it's like, I know what my strengths and weaknesses are as players. I don't like potentially having to like stop my gameplay to go see if this ranking system does other things. Don't really like intense platforming. I'm not very good at it. So I definitely find it very frustrating when we start getting into like harder stuff. Where I'm like, oh, you know, I don't mind moving and jumping and going to different platforms, but now suddenly you're putting a win mechanic and the punishment for failure is insta-death, and there's just a lot of really tight jumps, so you have to make sure you're like partially off the platform when you jump. I'm like, I don't want to do those. Like, listen. It's just like, I don't really find it fun. It's like, I can probably do them. Am I gonna do it first try? Maybe. Do I find it fun? Never. Ooh, the song that they have in almost every Yakuza game. It is funny. They retroactively added the song in like almost every Yakuza in like the store music. So we can send our agents around the world to get weapon parts right now. Goodbye, random enemies. Fuck, the Rifoi is so nice here. like a long time ago, I did used to participate in some video game tournaments. It's not like I haven't played competitive games before. I just feel like it's not healthy for me in the long term. I don't really enjoy losing in general, but I also don't like from the standpoint of like feeling like I have to push myself to like a really high barrier in order to like enter or stuff like that. I've been through it a couple times, and like sometimes, you know, I'll pick up a game fine and then it ends up not being an issue, but man oh man, on the games that I really want to be good at but I'm not, is like, that is tough. It's like, it's just a personal acceptance where I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna be able to be at that level. I don't think I set my menu up correctly. I'll find out in a second. Oh, it actually went to the third monitor. Oh, I got baited. That's the first time it actually went third monitor on me. Okay, we reestablished. Little sneaky bait from Vol up on me. There we go. I wish there was a visual way to tell if it was going to do 2 monitors or 3 monitors. Because there's a timing that works every time for the 2 monitor, but it doesn't work for the 3 monitor. Because you're expecting them to delay a little bit more. So you could get them in a certain animation where it always locks them. Because the problem of like going too early with the 2 monitor is that like the lightning will hit the screen even though they are physically lit up. Because you cast the lightning before the screen is targetable, it will not hit them. So it's like, I will put in a small delay on purpose to get the 2 monitor cycle, but then sometimes I get the 3 monitor cycle and they just leave the screen, and I'm like, oh, I got baited. So that's what happened there, for clarity. Get rid of the claws, goodbye claws. Yeah, I'm mostly having fun with Cycle 1. There's like a couple of areas where like, I do feel like it's exceptionally good. I like not needing to menu as much to get a good bonus. So if I'm feeling tired like today, and I'm not up to rapid menu switching, like I'm not going into here like every 3 seconds, for example. Very nice. There's some quests I don't feel like I can fully use it. And those are the ones where I mostly have to, Gaffoe spam. Which makes sense. I mean, like, it's not going to be the best thing for Gaffoe. Alright, let's see if I can catch up to the team, because their buffs are wearing out. I'm almost there. I was gonna say, I don't remember if it ever came up before. Like, I did used to play fighting games a long time ago. I wasn't good at a lot of them, but there were a couple I did actually pick up. Won some, like, very local tournaments, so I had fun with those. Like, I think maybe to this day, I might go back to, like... I'm not gonna call them obscure, but I would say probably lesser played, like, what's it called? Clash of Ninja. I guess a Naruto Clash of Ninja. I was, like, actually decent at that game. I think it's like a mix of where like, oh, should have died there. A mix of where it's like, if the inputs aren't like super crazy and it's more about assessing the opponent, I tend to do a little better with it. So, like, if I'm playing something like a Street Fighter equivalency, I'm more likely to play a charge character than I will a lot of other character types, just because I think it suits where I'm just kind of, like, observing what they're doing and stuff like that. Though my reaction speed is now not good. So, like, I don't think I want to do it at any tournaments of those kinds of things anymore. I'm like, no thanks. But who knows? Maybe I'll mess around with that on stream. Maybe one day if I'm bored. But these. Say no to the spinners, which are ultra deadly on ultimate. You see that? I don't even need to dodge spinners. If I'm near them, I just kill the spinners. I'm like, listen, this boss isn't gonna get to play its games on us today. As long as you can survive that initial ice blast, it's not too bad. I don't remember this song. Oh, now I know the song. I forget that's how it started. Disregard. I was gonna say, yeah. I was gonna say, this is definitely a cabaret theme. Okay, chat. So I think we'll wind down here. Looks like no red rings today, but hey, we're fully level 30, B101, lame to Argent with machine. Not bad. I got my heavenly battle. I'm good. I was gonna say, I set the bar real low for rarest, chat. I'm telling you. It's like, I'm gonna go for something that's actually achievable. Then everything after that's a surprise. It's like, it'll be nice. So yeah, we had like a 12-minute clear despite, like, here's an example. Like, obviously this is not a record, but like, we killed so many extra enemies in caves and forests, and also ruins, and we still got like a sub 13. I'm completely okay with that time, chat. Listen. If I'm playing solo, do I really want to see a 12-minute? No. If I'm playing multiplayer and we're getting 60 plus kills, because I think I was gauging before, I think I got around 40 kills in a normal TTF, and then we go somewhere between like 100 and 115 or so. So I'm like, yeah, that's like 60 extra checks, potentially with just costing like another minute total across the run. And I think because caves in particular, you have to wait anyway for the door. So unless you're doing like the katana warping in this game, it's just free kills. So it's like, when people get more used to it, you're just like, oh, if one person is gonna stay behind and kill the thing to open the TTF gate and somebody telepipes, you're only losing like maybe a second or two, but you're killing like 10 to 15 enemies per player that is not doing the main objective. So like, people are slime duping, I'm clearing lilies, other people are just cleaning up, you know, the milkweeks or whatever. So let's see how many kills we got here. I'm thinking around 100. We did kill the Canadians though. 154. Okay, I was gonna say, because we did kill the Cannibins, which I was thinking was gonna be another 20. But yeah. Compare that to solo TTF. It's like a third of the kills for 10% more time, maybe 15%. Obviously, you could go faster in 4-player, but like, that's how I like to do it. We are so much more efficient than single player, and we get so many checks at eggs, even if 4 of those are bosses. Anyway, chat, I'm just gonna make sure I put everything away, and we'll wrap up here. I definitely need my rest, chat. I'm feeling it in my eyes. What a day today. I could, in theory, put my Summon Moon in the share bank, but I guess I'm okay with this character just having it. So I guess the question is, we're up to 7 eggs. I have an unknown amount of photon drops collected in this run because I did not have the ability to put them away. I'm assuming I got at least 3, maybe 4. I think I got about 1 per character on average. So across like 3.5 hours, and at least 15 minutes of that was genuinely not playing PSO. Like I was doing stuff with music, or we were doing the intros where I was just kind of gathering items. Not bad. Oh yeah, this is the cabaret. This is definitely cabaret. But anyway, we'll pause here for now. So we'll be continuing this more throughout the week, so please make sure to check out the Discord. We have the schedule, the upcoming days. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to really add to the current conversations. So let's go ahead and wrap it up for YouTube. If you did watch to this point in the video or the VOD, just like to say thank you again for watching, and hope to see you again next time.